It looks nice though. It looks nice though. You know, we could have touched some colors out, but nevertheless, it's still good though. You know, you could have mixed the different colors around a little bit. You know. What's up, guys? Prince Sports. Check this out, man. I think I'm just gonna have to come out and flat out admit it. I was wrong about the Denver Nuggets. I'm gonna say it early. I picked the Denver Nuggets to beat the Phoenix Suns. I think I'm gonna have to eat some crow on that. I mean, I'm gonna come out and say, I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna come out and say, I think I'm gonna have to eat some crow on that because I'm looking at these games. It's not like there's all different ways of losing. This is the Denver Nuggets are losing in a way like they're not even on the same level with the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns are getting whatever they want. They're completely taking control of the series. This don't look like a competition. This don't look like a competitive series. You know, I won't be surprised if this ends, you know, really quick. Calling me Thanos again. It's my boy Lance. You know? So I'm gonna have to eat some crow. I'm gonna have to admit that I was wrong. I don't see them winning. You know, I just think that Phoenix Suns are just way too good for this team. You know, they could do whatever they want. I got to eat some crow on that. I was wrong. I think I'm gonna still ride with Denver because it's a team I pick. But nevertheless, I was wrong. You know, it's just simple as that. Yo, Hoop, I put you in a minute. Just hold on. Another news. LeBron James is changing his name. Changing his jersey number from 23 to 6. Okay, I think he's going to try to relive the Miami Heat days again. He's going to try to get that glory back. And good for him, I guess. You know, he's trying to go down that memory lane. And, you know, the older we get, you know, it's hard for us to admit that we don't have the same athletic ability no more, like things like that. And, you know, it is what it is in those type of situations, man. But, you know, I'm also going to make a video later on Scottie Pippen and his new book and some of this crazy stuff he's trying to say about Michael Jordan. You know, I have to always eat for Scottie Pippen. You know, that's like sour grapes. You know, Scottie Pippen's jealousy of Michael Jordan is sour grapes. You know, definitely sour grapes. So, yeah, you know, and I want to get rid of this crazy notion that, oh, Jordan, there's no 6 championships without Scottie Pippen. How do you know that? What if Jordan was playing with Patrick Ewing? You mean to tell me Patrick Ewing and Michael Jordan couldn't win championships? Jordan would have found his number 2 regardless anyway. So it doesn't matter if he played with Pippen or not. Pippen is extremely lucky that you got drafted to the Bulls. Because if you didn't get drafted to the Bulls, I doubt that you'd be the player that we're talking about or even giving somewhat credit to. Because you wouldn't be, your legacy would be completely different if you wasn't playing with Mike. But Michael Jordan's legacy would have been tight regardless. Jordan would have had a championship with or without Scottie Pippen. But Scottie Pippen may not even be an all-star. He may not even be, he won't have no championships without Mike. That's a fact. The evidence presents itself. Okay? There's nothing that says any different. So I don't know what people are talking about when they say that. You know, I understand you got some extreme LeBron fans. You know, they're the ones that want to admit that, you know, they're the ones that want to protect LeBron's legacy by trying to downgrade Mike's, you know, as if it's the same thing. They don't even have the same legacy or the same career, you know. But let me let Mike up in here. In other words, hoop facts. So shout out to the Phoenix Suns real quick. Hold on. So now anybody can come in now. I just had to get out my little intro, my introduction. Look at the scores, 88 to 67. Chris Paul with 11 points and 13 assists, 5 rebounds. And what's up, man?
Yo. What up? What up?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hell yeah, I can hear you now.
Did you hear me before or no?
Yeah, hell yeah. I heard you.
Oh, okay. Good. I had my mic was muted. I didn't know somebody was hearing me. But yeah, man, what's good with you, man?
Bro, I'm chilling, man. I can't complain, bro.
I hear that.
What's good with you?
Same old, man. Yo, you know tomorrow's that game.
Yeah, man. Clippers got. I mean, I gotta see what happens tomorrow.
Huh?
I just gotta see what happens tomorrow.
Oh, no question, man. Yeah. But hey, man, this is completely different. Like I'm watching this game now. This look like Denver don't got a chance to win. You know, at least the Clippers got a chance. They had more opportunities to win. You know, they just got to tighten up better on their rotations, this and that. But what do you think about people saying, questioning that last shot with Kawhi? I would say this much. I think Kawhi should have just tucked the shot. Because the minute you pass it out, you know that they don't pass the ball back to Kawhi too much. So they wouldn't pass the ball from Kawhi.
I think he was passing the ball to potentially get the ball back.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to take the last shot. Remember, he was open. Morris never gave it back to him. But Kawhi could have took the shot, but that would have been a terrible shot.
Yeah.
But he wasn't scared to take the last shot.
Oh, no question.
Yeah. Think about it. Curry do shit like that all the time. But the difference is they give Curry the ball back.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. The Clippers, they take Kawhi Leonard out the rotation a lot. He barely sometimes. That's why I say your best player got to get the ball more often.
Yeah, bro. That's why sometimes you hear me yell, bro, give Kawhi the ball and get the fuck out the way.
Yep.
You hear me say that quite often.
Oh, yeah.
But, Kawhi passed, he gave the ball up to expect to get it back. Because he was open, and I see him do something like that in San Antonio on the same play against the Grizzlies.
Word.
Go look it up. To actually tie the game, instead of game into overtime, he passed the ball to Patty Mills. Patty Mills pump fake and get right back to Kawhi. Go look at that play. Look it up on YouTube.
Man, look at this score: 70-95. Wow. Man, the Suns out here. The Suns are actually they're trying to make a name for themselves, man. So, could have been wrong about Phoenix. Maybe they are for real.
Yeah, man. Kawhi should have got the ball back.
Yeah. But yeah, man. They're gonna have a second chance. They got to get at least one in Utah. We see how it plays out, though.
You see? I don't know, man. This shit got me mad. Kawhi and PG played terrible. So.
Yeah, he definitely had a bad game a little bit. Those calls was, I don't know, man. Some of these games, man.
The Clippers got like 2 calls that went their way 3.
Oh yeah.
But
speaking of awards, Rudy Gobert got that Defensive Player of the Year award for the 3rd time.
Because of Marcus Morris.
Because of Marcus, he was like, "Yo, let's just give it to him right now."
Word. That shit got me mad. Get the ball back to Kawhi, man.
Word.
Kawhi took a lot of heat for that.
Oh yeah, And then
I'm like,
that's how it is, though, man. You pass the ball up in the 4th quarter, people are going to say, you scared to take that shot. I got to look at the play. I got to look at the play again because I was on live when that play took place, so I can't really 100% comment on it. But if he had the shot, he could have he could have just broke the guy down and took the shot.
Nah, he had two defenders on him. The thing was,
Oh, okay.
he faked, gave the ball to Morris, and he was open.
Yeah.
Morris never threw it back to him.
Oh, okay.
If Kawhi wasn't open after that, I'd have been on his ass. But he was open after he passed the ball to Morris.
Okay. So yeah, man.
He actually gave it up for a better shot, but he expected to get it back because he was open afterwards.
Yep.
If Morris would have made the right play, who knows what would have happened? You know, who knows?
Yeah, Kawhi would have had probably an open three, and they sent that to overtime.
He did have an open three. He did, but
Yeah,
would have went in. Who knows if it would have went in or not?
That's true. You know what I'm saying?
I think so, but I could be wrong. You know.
Yep. But yeah, man.
But Morris should have gave it right back to him. He was open. Go look at it.
Oh yeah, I gotta look at that play again. But LeBron James won't stay out the media, man. He going back to 6. He making the whole world know that he going back to 6.
Yo, bro, like he
just needs attention, man. I think we're gonna have to give him a hug.
Yeah, bro, that shit is sad.
Word.
That shit is sad, bro. Like, let players shine and eat, man. The shit is better without you, bro.
Oh yeah. So
shit is way better without him, right?
Yep, G Money, right. He said, LeBron, he's an attention whore. Yes, he is. LeBron just want to be in the spotlight. If you talking basketball and his name don't come up, he'll get mad. He got to be involved in anything. Chris Paul could drop 50. LeBron to be on social media giving him props, acting like that's his teammate. I don't know, man.
Nah, for me, this is the type of nigga. Somebody drop 50. CP drop 50. Here come out of nowhere. Watch next season. Game opener. I'm dropping 50.
Word.
Like, bro, go sit down, bro. Nobody thinking about you, bro.
Word.
That's a sore loser shit right there. Like,
yeah, man. Before that, he did the gladiator speech. Say he gonna come back better than ever. Now, when all great players lose, do you ever see them going on social media saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that"? No, they keep quiet and they come back better. Kobe never did that. Kobe never went on social media after he lost and said, "I was gonna do this, I'm gonna do that." He just went back to the gym. He went back to the lab and came back the next year.
Bro, that's how you know when you not that nigga. You gotta do that when you're not that guy.
Word.
When you're not that nigga, you gotta do shit like that.
Word.
When you a fraud, when you a fraud.
Yeah, man. It's wild, man, because he always doing something to talk. We got to keep talking about him. I don't even want to keep talking about him, but he keep making himself relevant by, doing everything there is to talk about.
And it's so sad. Like, he's showing his full hand right now.
Oh, yeah.
Who does that? Grown ass man.
Word. But here's the thing, Zach. He said Zach say LeBron going back to the villain number 6, but LeBron old, man. Okay, he could change his number all he want, but he can't change his age. He's gonna keep getting older as time go by. It's not like a diss. It's just facts. The older you get, the more you start to decline, and it always starts off with injuries. Don't you notice all great players when it happens from one injury, then it just starts piling up, like injury after injury, and that's a sign of the end coming. LeBron's been hurt twice now in the last 3 years, so that's a sign of old age. It happened to Kobe. Remember, he popped his Achilles, and that was pretty much it. He just toughed it out for one more season, and that was it. Once some injuries pile up that you wasn't getting while you was young, you already know it's time to go.
Salute.
What's up, G?
What's going on?
What's going on, man? Yo, this game is crazy, man. We got another blowout on our hands.
Pretty much. The Suns, salute, who's fast, salute. Prince. The Suns just have too much depth, too much defense. Chris Paul's running amok right now. Devin Booker's been great. Aiden's been great. Jay Crowder has been lining it up tonight. Also, Sarge was huge off the bench. Torrey Craig. They have so much depth, quickness, and they're going
I
to be a tough
mean,
out in the playoffs.
I won't say they got depth. I won't say they got depth. Everything else they probably got, but not depth.
No, there's some depth. There's some depth. Torrey Craig, Cameron Payne, Darius Saric. You have, Crowder can shoot the three and defend. Devin Booker's been great. That's some depth, man.
Actually, Denver has more depth than them. Well, supposedly they're supposed to have. I think the Phoenix Suns is playing better, but
I disagree. I don't think the Nuggets have more depth. I disagree, man. Because if they had more depth, it would be showing up right now, and it hasn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to eat some crow on that myself. I think I was wrong, G Money. I may have to. Yeah, the way that this don't look like a normal losing. This look like a team that's just better.
Exactly. Well, the Suns have been the better team, and they are the better team. So Denver has to win Game 3. Okay, if the Nuggets have any shot in the series, they got to win Game 3. They go down 3-0, the game swept. The Nuggets' problem, they jack up way too many threes in this game. Like, they got to attack the rack, and they got to break to the teeth of the D. Michael Porter's been bad tonight. Joker's not been impactful. They got Will Barn back, which is good. But other than that, it's kind of been, sorry for my language here, a clusterfuck for the Nugs. So Aaron Gordon's giving them nothing. I mean, it's ridiculous. And missing Jamal Murray, another guy that creates no shot. That you've seen it right now why they're struggling offensively.
Yo, P.
What's up, son?
Yo, P. Like, it's a fucking Nugget. They're supposed to have more depth than the Suns, right?
Man, I was going that same route, and I'm looking like I'm wrong though.
No, the Suns to me have more depth, and it's showing right now. Because where's the Nuggets' depth have been? Where's been Monte Morris? Nowhere to be found.
Bro, listen, bro. The Nuggets have more depth. They just playing like shit. I'm not saying the Nuggets are better.
I think Phoenix does.
I'm not saying the Nuggets are better, but the Nuggets had more depth. But Phoenix is playing better.
I disagree. I don't think they do. I think the Suns have more depth.
I mean, well, the Nuggets have the best player in the series.
I mean, you can think that, but don't forget too, the Suns are also a better defensive team than the Nuggets too, and a better offensive team. So that's what I'm saying. They're a top 10 in offense and defense. Phoenix.
How you think the Joker looking in this series so far? He's not been impactful
at all. Yeah, the stats look good, but if you're watching the games, he's not playing like an MVP, in my opinion.
How come these guys, don't you notice sometimes it's a pattern? How come these guys win the MVP award, then when the playoffs come, you be like, hey, that's supposed to be the MVP. Why he disappearing? That happened to Giannis just a couple years ago.
I hear you, man. I hear you. And also, I think Phoenix is doing a good job being physical with him, and that's what the Suns are doing, and then limiting their turnovers. Do you know only Chris Paul has only had one turnover this whole series? He has 0 turnovers this game.
Right, man, Chris Paul balling.
Yep.
Dang it, they get whatever they want though, man. It's just like it's not even competitive. I thought this was like a good amount 50-50. Because I looked at it like Chris Paul and Devin Booker versus Michael Porter Jr. and the Joker. And Joker won an MVP, so I mean it should at least be more competitive than what we're seeing.
I agree. And also Michael Porter's been terrible in this series. I'm sorry. Yeah. Like, I like Michael Porter, but the dude is so streaky sometimes. So, and they're missing Jamal Murray too. You also have to consider that because that's another shot creator and slasher they could have needed. And they got Will Barn back, but it hasn't really done anything. Paul Millsap is giving them nothing. Capazzo's giving them nothing. Austin Rivers is giving them nothing. Aaron Gordon's been bad. It's like, and Monty Williams is just out coaching Mike Malone right now. Hey, look at Adam Silver. He's in the Valley of the Sun right now, the commissioner. But I'm sorry. The Nuggets, for them to have any shot to at least make this series competitive, they got to attack. They got to put Chris Paul and Aiden in foul trouble. They got to double Devin Booker. and the Nuggets depth has to show up. That's the only way they can at least have a shot to make this competitive. But to be honest, I think the Suns win in 5 now. I just think, I'm sorry, Denver doesn't have the firepower, the defense like
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah,
I did.
you may
Yeah,
be
I
right.
did. Go
Man.
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, hold on. You may be right in this one, man. I had to eat some crow on this one.
Okay.
I picked Denver. So, the Suns may actually be real after all. Look, the way it's looking look like the number 2 seed and the number 1 seed will be in the conference finals. I can't say they're pretenders anymore. That makes them true contenders if they could go that far.
I agree, man. Good points there. And will it be crazy we get a Utah Phoenix first round? I think the Suns and the Jazz have never played each other in the playoffs ever. So assuming both teams take care of business, we can seriously have 2 young teams in the conference final. Yet a Utah team and Phoenix teams that have overachieved. Nobody thought that they'll have the 2 best records, not only in the West, but in the NBA, and two very good offensive and defensive squads, and 2 deep benches. So assuming we get that matchup, which time will tell, that would be an amazing conference final. That can go 7 games, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But if that were the matchup, who do you think wins that series if that were the matchup?
Ooh. Between the Suns and
Jazz.
Whew. I'm going with the Jazz. I think the Jazz are a little more deeper. They play better team ball. They move the ball better. I'm going with the Jazz. So I told you I got the Jazz by going to the finals if the Clippers can't go there. My last pick was my first 2 picks was the Lakers and Clippers. I had the Lakers going there because I was assuming they was going to be healthy. I never count injuries. So when I make a pick, I'm assuming everybody's going to be there. Only time it changes is when injuries happen. So I mean, injuries will always make you change your opinion. But
I agree.
Assuming that they were all healthy, I had the Lakers going to the finals. And I had if they didn't make it somehow, I had the Clippers going.
I mean, the Clippers can still happen, but this is just me. I know you still got the Clippers in the series, which is fine. But even though I think it will be a 7-game series, the game is going to be close. I don't trust the Clippers in close games. I don't. I know they've been better as of late in the playoffs, but even though they're a great team, this team stinks in clutch time moments. Utah thrives in clutch time moments. I'm not saying the Jazz are going to win the title. I'm not saying that. But this is just me. I just think the Jazz have a better defense slightly, have better offense slightly, and just have slightly better depth. And I just think Utah is hard to play in Salt Lake City. You have to consider that too. So I think that this is just me. I got the Jazz in 7 over the Clippers. Could very well end in 5 if Utah wins tomorrow. And the Suns and the Nuggets. I'm sorry, this series is. I know we haven't seen how the games in Denver will go. I don't give the Nuggets a chance. This series is over. Denver has no shot to beat this team. I mean, if they were healthy, it may have been more competitive, probably. But the problem with the Nuggets, they don't have rim protection. That's another reason why they're getting their ass killed right now. They have no rim protection. They're not guarding the 3-point line at all. How many open threes can Torrey Craig, Saric, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and Jay Crowder have? That is ridiculous. And 2, DeAndre Ayton is feasting on, Joker at times in the series. It is ridiculous. And
the boy doing his thing. Hey, yo, 42. I guess they ain't Capri Suns no more. They grow up.
They grow up, man.
No more in high school. They grown men now.
Big time facts. Big time facts. To me, I do think the Jazz will beat the Suns in the Western Conference Final, but the Suns have a shot. The Suns have a shot because Phoenix had beaten Utah 3 times. I know it's the regular season, but I'm just saying. And what helps Phoenix is Chris Paul and Jay Crowder have been there before to the conference. They've been there. So that what helps the Suns. It's just that my worry for the Suns is Devin Booker to keep this up. Is some of these guys going to keep it up? We just have to wait and see. For the Jazz, other than Mike Conley, they're not very experienced going to the Western Conference Finals. So that would be a tough series, assuming we get that matchup. If the Clippers play the Suns, that'll be another good series.
Well, that'd be fun.
That'll be a fun series.
I liked that matchup in the regular season. That was fun.
That was fun. I'll pick the Clippers due to experience.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Paul will be playing his former team if that were the matchup. But if that were the matchup, I got Clippers in 6 or 7. It'll be a long series. Mm-hmm. But I will not be surprised if the Suns make the NBA Finals this year. Mm-hmm. And this is like wishful thinking. If they won the championship this year,
oh my
this
God,
would
bro,
be a feather on Chris Paul's legacy.
Oh yeah, that'd be a great season, fan.
It would be, because look at the hell this team had to go through. Before, look, they missed the playoffs 10 years in a row since 2010, and then this year you added Jay Crowder, Chris Paul, Torrey Craig, Dario Saric. I mean, a lot of young guys on that team, and to go from missing the playoffs last year into being a championship team this year, this would be, in my opinion, the best accomplishment for Chris Paul.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you could cap it off and win the title. That's definitely the best
especially beating the Nets.
Oh yeah, man. Whoa, that'd be crazy. That'd be a good up and down series of the Suns and the Nets.
That'll be fun.
Speaking, who wins tomorrow?
I'm going with the Bucks. I think the Bucks get their first win. I think Milwaukee wins Game 3. And you got Utah and LA Clippers. I got the Clippers tying up the series. I got the Jazz winning the series, but I got the Clippers tying things up. And I got the Nets in 5, but I think tomorrow would be the day Milwaukee breaks through. If Milwaukee wants to win this series, they got to hit threes. Okay, they're struggling for 3 right now. Also, they cannot allow Blake Griffin to look like the old Blake Griffin. That can't happen. If the Bucks don't have any shot in the series, Blake Griffin cannot keep looking at the old Blake Griffin, and the Bucks role players have to step up for the Clippers and the Jazz. If the Clippers want to win, they gotta find a way to contain Donovan Mitchell. They can't allow Mitchell to go off like that. If he,
but it's the same situation with Luka. You can't you can't have the other guy on the team be the best player on the floor. Kawhi has to be the best player on the floor.
Exactly, Kawhi, and also you gotta watch out for the other Jazz players like Ingles, Niang, O'Neal, Clarkson, because Clarkson can get red hot. So you got to watch out. And obviously Paul George has to play better because he was bad for most of game 1. So, and Kawhi needs to be more assertive. And also Ty Lue needs to make adjustments if the Clippers want to advance. But it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. It's been a crazy playoffs. It's been a crazy playoffs, man. Yeah.
Somebody in the chat say Chris Paul makes every team a playoff team. That's great.
I agree.
Man, he upgrades every team. He's a great player, man. He has a high basketball IQ. Got to give it up to him. He like Jimmy Butler. They always make a team better.
I agree, man. I agree. Well, because Chris Paul, another thing too with Chris Paul, he's not showing much ego. That's the thing I love about Chris Paul. He's not showing much ego compared to his prime years, and that's why he's done a good job in his career. And Chris Paul, he's one of the most greatest but unluckiest point guards in NBA history, because you can argue if he doesn't get hurt a few times, he might have a ring or two. And also, like what Sandy Chaney says, Chris Paul makes teams better, bringing confidence. He's a great two-way player. He can shoot. He can create his own shot. He can defend. He can pass. He can slash. He's very good on that. And Chris Paul is clutch. Chris Paul is clutch, man. And I wish the Knicks had him, man. Bro, we almost had Chris Paul this offseason.
We almost had, man, don't even get me started. We almost had Chris Paul. We could have had Steph Curry. Man, we could have had a lot of – we could have had Steph Curry.
Oh, man, you don't remind me. I mean, I like Danilo Gallinari.
Dude was just picked. We could have picked him.
Steph, man. If you would have had Steph with Melo Amari. Yo, man. Yo, we would have beaten Indiana in 2015. We would have beaten them.
We made so many mistakes, bro.
Also, we could have had Michael Porter. We could have had Donovan Mitchell. Can I keep going? We could have had Michael Jordan in 96.
Oh, man. We could have had a lot of people,
Oh, man. But, hey, the good news.
Speaking of that, what you think of the Scottie Pippen book that he about to drop?
What about it?
Okay, so he's back into his, rhetoric. People don't appreciate or love me as much. I think he gets rightfully judged just the right way it is. You never was on Jordan's level. Even when you came into the league, dog, you was averaging 8 points a game. Jordan was a franchise player out the bat. Rookie year, LeBron out the bat. These guys were great from the minute they picked up a basketball and they became professional basketball players. You saw something special in them. Scottie Pippen got drafted in '86. Didn't become an all-star until 1992. Bro, you just never was that guy. Just give it up.
Now I understand. I like Scottie. Here's what I think of Scottie Pippen. I do see where he's coming from, the fact that even though we love Jordan, we got to also be honest. If Pippen was not on the Bulls, Jordan has no rings. We got to be a little bit honest.
You don't know that, though. That's a big what if. You don't know if Jordan – what if Jordan left and went and played with, let's just say, Patrick Ewing? He could have teamed up with somebody else.
That's a good –
you don't know that. To say somebody wouldn't have championships is just crazy because you don't know who would have been a number 2 guy.
That is a good point, but what I'm saying is that we cannot downgrade. Look, Scottie.
We're not downgrading Scottie Pippen, but the fact is, Michael Jordan, even LeBron James, they were going to be them regardless. Take the rings away. Let's just talk about them as basketball players. They were going to be Hall of Famers, big time players, regardless. Now, whether he win the championship or not, that all depends on the GM and how they built the team around them. But if you want to keep a guy like Michael Jordan happy, you're going to have to give him a legit number 2. It just happened to be that it developed into Scottie Pippen, but that could have been somebody else. He could have easily been on my Knicks winning chips with Patrick Ewing.
Our Knicks, I'm a Knicks fan. Our Knicks.
Yep, our Knicks. Yeah. So don't tell me he wouldn't won. He would have won championships with Patrick Ewing. They would have been the best team in the East. He was with Patrick.
By far.
So it goes. We can't just say that. Now I don't know what the number would be. Will he have 6? I don't know. It depends on who you gave him. But there was a lot of good guys that was eligible to be a number 2 for Michael Jordan outside of Scottie Pippen.
That's a good point, though. But I'm starting to understand what you're saying. If you're Scottie, yes, you were a big part of the Bulls championships, but don't be egotistical, man. You were number 2. Okay, Scottie, you were number 2. Look, do I think Jordan carried Pippen? No, I won't go that far. Do you think he carried Pippen? I won't go that far. What do you think, man?
Well, I wouldn't say carry, but Pippen played his role. He was a number 2. Nothing more, nothing less. Even when Jordan wasn't there, they wouldn't even let you in the game to take the final shot. They let Tony Kukoc do it. So that goes to show you, if you was really that good and you was so-called better than Michael Jordan, how come you wasn't winning Finals MVP? We already seen guys like great players like Steph Curry get other players steal their shine and take MVPs away from them. So you could be a great player and have somebody else on the team outplay you. Okay, this just has happened countless times. So, it's crazy, man.
Right, man, right. And I like Scottie Pippen, but Scottie needs to chill and understand that you were an all-star, but you were a number 2, and also the fact that, like you said, Prince, Jordan was the best player by far. There's no argument. Jordan was the best player.
There's no argument there. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
It is what it is, though.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So I think Scottie is overreacting a little bit. And why even write a book about this? Why? We know how good you were. Yes.
This is to get back from the Last Dance.
Exactly.
He was salty from the last. He was salty ever since the Last Dance.
That's true. I do understand where Scottie's coming from with the Last Dance. I felt the Last Dance could have been more fair to Scottie, but at the same time, it's that happened last summer. Move on. That was last summer. We're in 2021. Yeah, so move on and just deal with it. So, Prince, you there? Well,
I'm back, bro. I'm sorry. I hit the refresh button.
no, you're.
What were you saying?
I'm saying that Scottie Pippen. Look, I understand where he's coming from. The fact that sometimes he gets disrespected, which I agree to an extent, but other times it's like LeBron fans, they overrate Scottie. It's true. Sometimes I always hate the 1-9 thing without Scottie. Listen, yes, Pippen helped Jordan win rings, but people need to really get this to their skull. When the Bulls were 1-9 without Pippen, look at the teams they were losing to. The Boston Celtics,
all-time great teams. Teams that
and
won
the Bucks
championship.
I said they lost to the Celtics with Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, salute Tay Davis. They lost to Milwaukee with Sidney Moncrief, and Jordan and the Bulls were what 8th seed. Like how does the Bulls
weren't like some champion? They weren't even championship contenders. They were a real 8th seed.
Exactly.
And
even when Pippen came in the NBA, the Bulls lost to the Pistons 3 years in a row. So it wasn't like Pippen came in and the Bulls just won. No, it took them 4 years.
Yep.
To 91.
Yep.
People need to get rid of that 1-9 narrative. People need to get rid of that.
They could have beat it. They could have beat it in 1990. Could have.
They could have, but they didn't.
Yeah.
But that's all pretty much just build up from LeBron fans. They want Scottie Pippen to be like Kareem,
Right?
Yeah, like he was Kareem and Mike was Magic, vice versa. They were never equals. Scottie Pippen was never on the same level as Michael Jordan. The guy averaged 16 for his career. How is that on par with a guy that won 10 scoring titles and 5
MVPs?
Come on, come on.
It's kidding me. And again, we're not downgrading Scottie. Scottie was a big piece for the Bulls. Don't get us wrong, but this narrative that Scottie Pippen, and here's another thing too. They always say, "Oh, but the Bulls weren't."
Yeah, the Suns are for real. The Suns are for real, man.
They are for real.
Yeah, they are for real, man. They no more Capri Suns. No,
I'm saying until they face the Nets.
Well, I mean, the Nets are probably by far the favorites right now to win the championship.
Yeah. Well, Philly might give Brooklyn problems.
No, they will.
So.
You don't. I think they'll give them some problems in the paint.
From Embiid.
Look, I think Philly will beat Atlanta, but it's not a guarantee. Atlanta could very well knock them off. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, Embiid is so wishy-washy. You don't know he's going to play from one game to the next.
Pretty much. And the Hawks have a lot of shooting and a lot of spacing. I think the Sixers will win the series due to experience, but I'm saying that the Hawks can very well knock off the Sixers. And Philly plays Brooklyn. That will be, to me, a 6 or 7 game series. I will favor Brooklyn because I just think I trust I think Harden will be back by that time, and I trust the trio of KD, Harden, and Kyrie over Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. I'm sorry, I don't think.
James Harden. Yeah, James Harden. He's out for Game 3.
He is. I think he'll come back in the conference final. I don't think he come back in this series. I don't see it. But who you guys have for Game 3? I think the Bucks may get one. You?
I got Brooklyn winning that game.
You think they'll sweep?
It won't be a sweep, huh?
Say that again, Ted?
No. Ted, you there? I'm asking, who do you think is going to win Game 3? Ted, you want to come back a little bit because you're in
his Wi-Fi probably dropping off or something.
Hey, look at Zach. He's laughing at you for picking the Lakers to come out the West.
That I did. I had the Lakers as my number one pick. I didn't say nobody. I didn't pick nobody to win the championship. Honestly, I just had the Nets going to the finals. I had the Lakers going to the finals. That was my 2 picks.
Right.
So I could still be right about the Nets. I'm just wrong on the Western Conference.
Big time facts. And so far, the Phoenix Suns have proved us wrong during this playoff run. And ever since Game 4 against the Lakers, they've turned around their season. Their defense has been great. Their ball move has been awesome. Their cutting has been great. And the Suns are going to be a tough out. That's why I say Phoenix is going to be a tough out for anybody in the playoffs left. I'm sorry, Denver. This is what I didn't think we'd get blown out like this, but I told you, Prince, this is what I'm talking about. The Nuggets cannot beat this team without Jamal Murray, and this is the reason why I said the Nuggets did not have a real shot to win this series. The Nuggets do not have the depth, in my opinion at least, do not have the firepower to beat the Suns 4 out of 7 times. And also, they're too reliant on Jokic sometimes.
Yeah.
Too reliant, though.
Michael, what numbers right now? What did he do in this game?
Let me check. I mean, I don't check stats, but in this case, the Joker had 24 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists.
Oh, okay. I mean, now if you just look at that on paper, you would say it's great, right? But you got to watch the game and see how he was getting these.
Exactly.
If it was a struggling 24 and vice versa, then
24, 13, 6, yeah. Aaron Gordon, 6 points, get out of here. Michael Porter, 3 for 13, 2 of 9 from 3, 11 points. Oh, sorry, ignore that. Austin Rivers, 6 points, 2 of 5. Frank Campazzo, 3 points, 1 of 7.
Wow.
Really?
See, the guy that's definitely not showing up is Michael Porter. I have him as being the number 2,
He's been horrible in the series.
He's been bad. Like he may be drinking some Capri Suns. I guess he needs to grow up a little more.
He needs to grow up. And I remember you made a video about Michael Porter. I think you did. You talked about his skills, so that he's athletic, he can shoot, but sometimes his shot selection is bad. He stands for way too many threes. 9 threes. Attack, utilize a mid-range game, man.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And no one else has done anything. Paul Millsap, I don't care about his numbers. He had no impact. No one else did anything. Austin Rivers is mediocre. No wonder why the Knicks let him trade him. No wonder why. The dude is inconsistent as heck. Frank Capazzo was horrible today. The dude was 1 for 7. Aaron Gordon. You signed Aaron Gordon to be good defensively. He's struggling on defense right now. And his offense, he's giving him nothing. 6 points? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. And even the Joker. Yeah.
They need Jamal
Murray. Go ahead.
That's why.
They need Jamal Murray, but it's also more than Murray because they lost by 25. So how much would he have changed this? I don't know. They lost by 25. So how much would he have changed it? It probably would have been better. Yeah?
I'm saying they can't make Joker do everything.
Exactly. It's the team has to show up. And the Joker, he needs to be impactful. He needs to set the tone early in the game. If the Nuggets want to make the series competitive, which I don't know anymore, the bench has to show up. And the starters, Michael Porter or Aaron Gordon, Frank Capazzo, Austin Rivers, they got to step the hell up, man. Like, they got to step the hell up. There's no way Michael Porter should go 3 of 13. There's no way Aaron Gordon should give you only 6 points. There's no way Rivers should only go 2 for 5.
I mean, Michael Porter just inconsistent, just like Kuzma.
Exactly. I like Michael Porter, and he's a good shooter. He's athletic. The dude is so streaky. Like, one game he can have 50, next game 0. Another game he can have 35, and next game 10. The dude is so inconsistent. He plays so well versus Portland, and then now you're ice cold. And this is the wrong time. And they needed him to step up in the series since Jamal Murray is out. I know Will Barton just came back, but Jamal Murray, who's your second best player on the team, is out. But Michael Porter, who's a good player, by the way, he's choking under the series, and it's sad.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just ranting on the Nuggets right now. This is an embarrassment if you're Denver. If you're Phoenix,
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that if on Denver don't win Game 3, they get swept.
I agree. What do you think, Prince? You think if they lose Game 3, they get swept?
Who, the
Denver Nuggets?
Oh, the Denver Nuggets, yeah. I think they're getting swept.
You think?
I could still see them probably at least winning one game if that's the case. But they don't really look like the team that could give the Suns any challenge, man. The Suns just look like they're running amok on this team. They look like they could do whatever they want, whenever they want. The lane even seems open for wide open alley hoops. I mean, Chris Paul out there just throwing it up, and DeAndre catching it like nobody's there.
I'm gonna say this. From round one, if Anthony Davis never got injured game 4, he still put 34 points. The Suns would send home in 5 games if 80 didn't injured. And plus LeBron needs to help AD. You can't
but move on past that. I don't want a what if scenario. If Chris Paul was healthy, maybe the Suns could have won. It's like move on. That series is over. Give the Suns their props. They earned that series.
But still though, AD was giving the Suns problems.
And Chris Paul could have given the Lakers problems, and he was hurt.
Yeah, he was.
Both of them was your argument? But you can't. But I like LeBron, but you cannot use LeBron was hurt though, because LeBron said
I use LeBron's hurt. I use AD was hurt,
and so was Chris Paul. So, and do you understand? Chris Paul was not playing fourth quarters of the series. We gotta be objective. Yeah, both teams were hurt, not just the Lakers, man.
Oh yeah.
Let's just be objective.
I'm saying if Milwaukee don't win game 3, they're definitely getting swept.
Oh, I agree with that. I think they will win game 3. I think the Bucks will break through in game 3. That's my guess.
Yeah. Milwaukee might win 1 game. That's if they win.
They gotta win game 3, because if they lose game 3, the series is over by Sunday. Because the Nets will have the killer instinct to move on. Yeah. But but at some point a great team is gonna have a clunker. I think Milwaukee is gonna play with more fire, come out with more determination. And I think they win game 3, but that's my guess. Yeah. And for the Nuggets, for them to have any shot in the series, the Joke has to play the MVP. The role players have to step the hell up. And like you said, Prince, Chris Paul was getting everything he wanted. Mid-range, 3, lobs. I mean, he looked like prime Chris Paul out there. Devin Booker getting everything he wants. Jay Crowder getting open 3s. I mean, DeAndre Ayton looking like Shaq at times in the paint. It's like the Suns look very good, not only offense, but they're defensively. Like their defense has been locked down. And if the Suns, when the Suns get to the Western Conference Final, they're going to be a tough out
to beat
Utah or even the LA Clippers.
Oh yeah.
No, I think that the Suns. I think Philly will probably mostly play on Utah in the conference finals.
That will be a fun series because you have 2 high-scoring teams, 2 teams who rely on. Well, you have a Utah team that relies on athleticism. You have a Phoenix team that relies on ball movement. So that will be a fun series. Yeah. And don't forget, if that series were to happen, Chris Paul will play his second ever conference final.
Yeah.
Who are you guys rooting for in the playoffs right now? Who are you guys rooting for right now?
I really don't care.
You, Prince?
What's up?
Who are you rooting for left in the playoffs?
The Brooklyn Nets.
I think Brooklyn Nets do it.
No. I'm asking, who do you want to win? Who do you want to win right now?
Oh. If I had to take a pick, it'd be a team out the West. It could be the Suns. It could be the Clippers.
Or the Jazz.
Oh yeah, or the Jazz. Anybody except the Nets, really.
Because you don't want no super team to win.
No, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Utah is a bad matchup for the Clippers. Like not really a bad matchup, but it's hard to play. It's hard to play in Utah in their building.
Salt Lake City is tough, man. Hey, look, Zach. He called you, Prince, a Nets hater.
Man.
Nah, man. I can't respect that, man. I mean, I'm sorry. I can't respect. If it was a different story,
come on, Zach.
Then it'd be a different story. But if James Harden's not playing and they win a championship, I'll have more respect for that championship than James Harden coming back. So it all depends, if James Harden comes back. But if he comes back,
James is switching back to number 6.
And I don't know why LeBron made such a big deal. Like,
Right.
bro, we know you wore number 6 in Miami. You don't need to. Hey, I'm gonna change it to number 6. Keep that to yourself, man. Like,
LeBron doesn't know. LeBron, he doesn't know how to take a loss. That's
and
why.
the problem with LeBron, and I said this before, he's an attention whore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He wants too much
I'm
attention.
trying to figure why you need to change the number back to 6. Like why?
Exactly. That's another thing too. Why, like you said, why do you need to change this number? Leave it at 23. Like, leave it at 23. Like, why choose back to 6? I like LeBron, but sometimes LeBron is hard to root for him sometimes because his attitude, he's a diva sometimes. The dude, here's what, to me, LeBron thinks he's better than what he is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And dude, even in this playoff series, you go to the basket.
Mm-hmm.
You complain to the referees. You spending all that time complaining to the referees. The team already up the court, already shooting a wide open 3.
It was sad. It was sad watching that. It's like you said, he didn't try at times. He didn't try. I'm sorry. He didn't try in that series, in my opinion. I mean, yes, Davis was hurt. I get that. But Chris Paul was hurt too. And Devin Booker ran amok in that series. Jake Crowder came alive the last few games. DeAndre Ayton looked like the second coming of Shaquille O'Neal at times in that series. It's like, it was kind of a beat. It was kind of a clusterfuck the last few games for the Lakers and for the Suns. Hey, this shut us all up. They were down 2-1. It looked done. They shut us all up, and look at it right now. They're on the verge of going to the Western Conference Final. I'll be in Ghana.
Or Mike the Inmate, or they might make the final, but
possible.
I'm gonna say this. I'll probably get the Suns one game against the Brooklyn Nets in the finals.
One game. What was if Harden's not playing? Let's say James Harden doesn't come back. How far do you think the Suns can push the Nets if that were the matchup? If Harden does not come back, how far do you think?
6 or 7.
Okay, what do you think, Prince? If Harden does not return, and assuming we get Suns and Nets, how far do you think Phoenix will push Brooklyn?
That could potentially go 7 games, you know. But if KD's playing like he's playing now, like the baddest man on the planet, it could probably go 6. But you know, KD's playing lights out.
You know what I'm saying? Phoenix, they might have one good year, but they could still make the playoff for next year.
They can though. They have some young talent, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. I don't know. I do not know if Chris Paul's gonna be there next year. I don't know.
He might. Hope so. Please, I hope so.
I hope he comes to my Knicks because hey, if we get him, if we're lucky, I doubt it, but if we get Chris Paul, I'm a Knicks fan. Then I'll be ecstatic. But we just have to wait and see what the Suns do in the playoffs this year. And I'm saying this now. And I want to ask you, Tay. If the Suns somehow won the championship this year, is this the biggest accomplishment in Chris Paul's career?
Yep. He could. To be honest, he could have like won a chip with
Rockets.
He was saying, if he didn't get injured. Wait, was he injured?
He was injured. It was game 5. I remember they were up 3-2. He got hurt in game 5. He hurt his hamstring. Didn't play the last 2 games, and the Warriors came back. I felt the Rockets would have won that series if the Chris Paul was healthy. I felt that because I felt they had the system, the defense to give Golden State problems. You saw what they were doing to Kevin Durant at times in that series and Steph Curry. Come on, they had the team, man. It's just that they kept jacking threes. They missed 27 straight threes. They didn't move the ball, and they paid a serious price. I felt the Rockets would have won 3 years ago if Chris Paul was healthy. That's just me personally. And happy birthday to Hannah. Happy birthday to her.
Birthday, Hannah.
Right.
Happy birthday to her.
She said thank you. I don't know if you heard it, but she said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Happy birthday, Hannah Montana.
Haha.
Thank you. And a banana.
You hear her?
Yes. What's going on?
What's going on?
Say what's going on. They're talking to you.
Oh, I'm good. I'm just reading my Bible.
Yep. So, she's chilling right now, man.
That's great. That's great.
I'm saying
That's
the Clippers
great.
might lose. Clippers might lose tomorrow. They might. Matter of fact,
You meant today. It's after midnight. You meant today.
The
Huh?
Clippers. I'm saying this. The
Meant
Clippers gonna
today.
win
It's
game
after
2.
midnight.
Yeah.
I think the Jazz win the series. I got the Clippers in game 2. I think they'll make
game
adjustments
2.
with it.
That's it. Paul George shows up or not.
And also Kawhi has to be more assertive. Yes,
Yeah.
Paul George has to show up, but Kawhi needs to be more assertive though. That's the only way. And also the Clippers want to, advance. They gotta make proper rotations. Their rotations was bad in game 1. Why is Marcus Morris in the game 4? Like what? Like and they're not using DeMarcus Cousins very well. It doesn't make sense. Like, what was the point of signing him if you barely get played him? Doesn't make any sense.
Oh, that was funny. Who Facts was raging.
Wait, why? Because are you talking about 2 days ago?
Yeah, it's about the Clippers. They blew a 13-point lead.
Halftime. And then he said, "Hey," and again, Hoops Fast is a good guy. I love Hoops Fast. He's a good guy though. But he tried to use the. He said, "Oh, we didn't have Serge Ibaka." Stop with the Serge Ibaka thing. Stop. But I don't want to get back into that. I moved past that. But back to the Suns and the Nuggets. Denver.
They must like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Denver could win one game.
I think they'll win game 3. That's my guess. I think at home they'll get one. They just look outmatched. Denver looks outmatched right now. I'm sorry. Phoenix has more talent. They have more, in my opinion at least, have more depth. The Suns have stronger defense. And speaking of defense, Rudy Gobert won Defensive Player of the Year for, again, what do you think about that?
Wow.
Oh, yeah, for the third time.
Yeah. Third time.
And he joined in the Dwight Howard category?
He did. He joined Dwight. Yeah. Rudy and Howard have 3 Defensive Player of the Years, and Mutombo and Ben Wallace has 4 Defensive Player of the Years.
Yeah.
Awards. I think Rudy Gobert will have 4 awards. I think, in my opinion, when his career is over, Rudy Gobert will have at least 1 or 2 more Defensive Player of the Year awards when his career is over.
That's what's up.
So congrats to Rudy Gobert.
Well deserved. Yep.
Well deserved. I mean, I feel bad for Ben Simmons because I thought Ben Simmons had a very good defensive season, but congrats to Rudy Gobert. He has been phenomenal this season, and he's only 3 wins away from making his first ever Western Conference Final. And would it be? I don't think the Jazz will win the title, but it will be happy birthday to your cousin, aka KD. Happy birthday to your cousin, by the way.
I'm saying, I come in for next year.
Yeah, man. Next season's gonna be fun, and next season, free agency next year. Free agency. There's a lot of juicy players in free agency. 2022, 2021 free agency is kind of dry. It's only like Kawhi may be gone. There's DeRozan, Mike Conley, Chris Paul that's on the market. But 2022, there's a lot of guys, man, that's on the market.
Oh, yeah. And super teams are going to get formed.
Big time. And I want to ask you, this is a hypothetical. If we had Damian Lillard and Kawhi Leonard, is that a super team?
Delane, say that again?
If we had Dame Dollar and Kawhi Leonard, do we have a super team?
Oh, no. You're going to need a third guy in there. You know how the modern day rules go by. You need a third guy. Now, if Dame Dollar goes to the Clippers and they got Paul George and Kawhi. Super team. They got a big 3. You need at least three all-stars in their prime. Mm-hmm. Probably top 5, top 10. And they're all on the same team. Yeah, that's a super team.
That's super team. Or
a number 1 and a number 2, and that's normal. I'm cool with that.
True. And Godfather thinks I hate Dame. At this point, I'm not going to respond anymore. I don't hate Dame, but...
Well, what is it if these people keep calling you a Dame Dollar hater?
I don't know.
You want to clear the air right now for everybody so they can stop calling you a Dame Dollar hater?
Do you want me to?
Go ahead. Let it all out, man. If you just want to clear the air and just get all the answers question. Because if you don't clear it, they're going to keep coming at you with it.
Okay. if I hate it, here's the craziness. I think Dame's a top 10 player in the NBA right now.
Okay.
That's what I believe. Also, Dame is a top 5, arguably, this is arguable, a top 3 point guard in the NBA right now. This is arguable. Damian Lillard is a top 3 Portland Trail Blazer of all time in franchise history, behind Bill Walton and Clyde Drexler. Okay. Also, I've given, even though this is just my opinion, even though I do think Dame is overrated, in my opinion, I have given Dame Lillard his credit when he's played well. People are making it seem as I have bashed him all the time. Yes, there's certain things I don't like about him, but there's certain things I do. Dame can shoot, he can penetrate, he can fly to the rim, but I'm sorry, Dame Lillard, to me, this is my opinion, I don't think he's a great playoff performer. That's not hate. It's fact, though. It's proven. I'm sorry. It's like, it's not hate.
You just holding him to the same standard that we should hold all so-called superstars.
Exactly. Look at James Harden. Every time Harden or Paul George or even Giannis struggles in the playoffs, we crap on them. But when Dame struggles in the playoffs, we have to hear an excuse. I get tired of that. It's not hate, though. We got to be objective. We got to be objective. And again, I love Dame Dollar. I just don't think, in my opinion, he's a number 1 option on the championship level team. I don't think so. It's proven.
Yep.
It's not hate. The dude is 22 and 39 in the playoffs his whole career. How's that hate?
No doubt.
This isn't Skip Bayless on LeBron. This isn't Skip Bayless when it comes to LeBron. Okay? Like Skip, it relates to this. Skip Bayless is biased when it comes, even though he makes some good points, Skip Bayless is biased when it comes to LeBron. I'm not biased when it comes to Dame Lillard. I've given him his credit when he's won. But when he plays like shit in the playoffs here and there, I gotta speak my mind. I do it to everybody. I gotta be objective. So this narrative that I hate Dame is blasphemy. Because if Dame is even though Dame had his moments against Denver and had some clutch moments here and there against OKC and Houston in the first round, name me a clutch moment in the second round or in the conference final. Come on, he's not clutch in the playoffs. He's not. You can't just look at first round series and tell me he's clutch. You got to be clutch in the second round, conference finals. Why do you think Jordan, Kobe, Bird, etc. became the players became? Because they were clutch on both sides of the ball in every round they played. I like Dame Lillard. Dame's a great player. He's a top 5 point guard in the NBA, top 10 player in the NBA, top 3 Portland Trail Blazer in franchise history. But I'm being called a hater because I'm not sucking his ass. It's like, and a friend told me this, Prince. You cannot be attached to players. You got to be objective. You cannot be attached to players.
Yep. Being attached to players just blinds you from just common sense and knowledge.
Exactly. Like,
it's too much of an emotional bond.
Exactly. I don't get it either, but I just wanted to move past that. I just ignore that. Whenever a person calls me a Dame hater, I just ignore that. And I want to ask you, have people called you a LeBron hater before?
Yeah, I've been called a couple things. LeBron hater. I've been called the Jordan hater sometimes back in the day too. Yeah, I've been called everything. You know, people always get mad when you have a disagreement with their favorite player because their favorite player could do no wrong. So if I criticize everybody because nobody's, you know, so, you know, if I say something objective about Mike, I'm a Mike hater. If I say something bad about Kobe, I'm a Kobe hater. You know, I just call it how I see it, man. There's no personal beef or problem I have with these players. You know,
exactly. It's just sports. It's just basketball. It's nothing personal. That's another thing too. Like, people call me a quote unquote Damian Lillard hater because they think it's that, oh, I've only talked bad about Dame. I talk good about Dame. It's true. I talk good about him. But at the same time, he's not led a team to the finals as a lead guy. How is this hate? It's fact. I'm sorry. Yeah, Dame can shoot and he can pass sometimes. But Damian Lillard, in my opinion, cannot elevate a team to a championship level because he plays hero ball and doesn't play defense. It's not a hate thing. It's a fact. Look at the games. I dare people for people to call me a hater. Watch full Blazer playoff games and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, Dame is not a championship point guard.
Oh, man.
I don't get it. I don't get it. And hey, AKKD says he's a Westbrook hater. I mean, he admits it though. I mean, I don't hate anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, the only team I ever hated was the Big Three Miami Heat. That was it. What about you?
Hated? I don't know. I don't respect none of those super teams. I didn't respect that Miami team. I liked it LeBron much better for his first 7 years as a person and a player. You know, and I always thought he was gonna, get that championship. They're gonna make it over that hurdle, because that was the next step that he needed. But then he looked like he just took a super easy shortcut to a championship, and
I get it though. For me, I couldn't stand the Big Three Heat because they were arrogant. Also, the fact that this is just me. They also beat my Knicks. That's another thing too. They beat my Knicks. But the really reason why I hated the Heat, they were arrogant as hell. And
I thought he was good. I thought LeBron was good enough. Even if you can't win the championship in Cleveland, I thought he was still good enough to win the championship in a more respectable way without having the big three. If you're that great, you're all-time great. You didn't need to make a big three to win the championship. It just seemed like, this is an easy way to get it, and I don't know. It just wasn't respectable. And that was the first time a superstar ever did that. That's never been done by a superstar, a move like that. I remember when that was even thought about. All my friends was like, "Man, there's no way those guys gonna link up together." They felt wrong. No way that's gonna happen. That's fantasy stuff.
They felt wrong. Yeah.
Sure enough, it happened. So that changed the whole entire face of the NBA.
Exactly.
It made people say, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna form me a super team."
And the Decision show, remember the show, The Decision? Hey, I'm going to Miami for an hour for what? Just say, hey, I'm going to my. Why even? I like LeBron, but this is why I'm saying he wants attention sometimes. Why make a decision show saying you're going to Miami? It makes no sense. For an hour, just say you're going to the Heat. That's another reason why I hated the Miami Heat so much at that time. They were arrogant. Their fans were horrible. Look at the Heat fans back then. Remember that one game 6 against the Spurs? They left the arena when there was still time on the clock.
Oh yeah.
Those are not true fans, man.
That's different. Jordan lost in '95, and they came back and won. It's not like they was doing this whole "I'm gonna form a big super team" thing. He won those last 3 championships with Scottie Pippen, a guy that was his second All-Star. Nobody else was deemed the All-Star on that basketball team.
Other than maybe Dennis Rodman, kinda. Other than maybe
but he wasn't Dennis Rodman wasn't an All-Star though. He was a great defensive, a great rebounder player. But if you're just looking at the facts of it, there was only 2 All-Stars on that team.
Yeah, Scottie and MJ. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. There was no big three. That wasn't even thought of back then. All right, big three for modern basketball was with LeBron James. If that was a big three, you would take Dennis Rodman off, replace that with Karl Malone. Then we're talking a big three.
I disagree. I hear what you're saying, Prince. Here's what I believe. Yeah. Yes, I do agree that the Bulls were not a super team. I agree with that part. But this is just me. I got to be fair towards Jordan's teammates. I got to be fair. Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman, in my opinion, that was a big three. I got to be honest. Because Pippen, Rodman, and Jordan were great defensive players. Here's why I think they were a big three. Dennis Rodman was very impactful on the glass, guarding the rim, and he was a great defender. If you watch the 96 NBA Finals, you could argue that Dennis Rodman could have won the Finals MVP. You could argue that. 96.
You could make a little case for that, yeah. But here's the thing, though. We can't keep making that. We can't sit here and act like Dennis Rodman was one of the best players in the league, like a top 10. He wasn't.
No, he wasn't a top 10 player.
So that's not a super team then, And Dennis Rodman was not a dude that was heavily on the market. He was almost on his way out the NBA, and nobody didn't want him. The Bulls took a chance to keep him because he was on his way out.
Okay.
So it's not like this ain't like Jordan, Pippen, Karl Malone.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, yes, I know you made some good points, but Dennis Rodman.
I understand what y'all talking about. Dennis Rodman was good, but Dennis Rodman was still a role player on that team.
No, I know that. I know he was a role player. I never said
the whole premises of a super team is to have multiple superstars on it. The only guys that you could make for all stars was Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. That was it. That was it. The rest of those guys was just role players.
Well, good role players.
Good role. Yeah, that's okay. You know what I mean? That's good. You had Steve Kerr average 6 points a game, great 3-point shooter. They had good role players. And you can even make a case in 1998, they weren't even the best team. They won that with Mike just carrying them on their back.
Okay, I agree with that part.
That team in 98 was running on fumes. They almost lost to Indiana. A lot of people don't know that.
Bob Costas said that. I mean, you remember the NBA and NBC? Bob Costas said the Bulls are running on fumes. He said it during the whole run. But and Zach thinks.
Oh, I'm not downplaying his teammates. They were role players, though. Okay, this is a big difference. Okay, Jordan won 6 championships with two Hall of Famers, and the only Hall of Famer was on a second three-peat. That was it. It wasn't like LeBron's played with over 9 Hall of Famers already.
Let's see: Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, Dwight Howard, Rondo, AD. How many did I name? Like 6?
Yeah, you named like 6 already. The list goes on.
Hang on.
Kyrie
Irving, Kevin Love. That's 8. Who else did I forget? I said Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Right? Let me count. Okay. Wade 1, Bosh 2, Allen 3, AD 4, Love 5, Kyrie 6, Howard 7, Rondo 8.
Yeah.
It has to be another one. It has to be another one. No, I think 8 Hall of Famers. That's it.
Okay, 8. Yeah. So I'm off 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm off 1. If I can't remember, that's still a lot. Okay, that's more than Jordan had. All Jordan had was Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman for the last.
So technically 2. Jordan had 2 Hall of Famers.
Jordan had 2 Hall of Famers. LeBron had 8. You tell me what is more impressive? Because we keep going over this. You keep comparing LeBron to Jordan. Jordan's resume is just going to be more better. This is going to be more respectable.
And
it is what it is.
Okay. But I know you don't like the whole what if scenario. I know you don't like the what if. I get that. But I'm just asking. If I know you don't want to overplay Rodman, I'm not. But I'm just asking. If Dennis Rodman was not on the
boy Piston Dennis Rodman?
No, listen. Listen. If Dennis Rodman, hypothetically speaking, was not on the Bulls the last 3 years, do you think the Bulls would have won 3 more championships?
I don't know. I mean, who we replacing Dennis Rodman with? I mean, these are all what-if questions that I don't have answers to because teams build around it. And Jerry Krause was a great GM. I thought he was an a-hole, but Jerry Krause was great at building teams and building championship teams. He did it without making super teams. He had good role players. He had his 2 star players, and that was that.
True. And to AK Katie's point, Kobe, I'll be fair. I'm objective. Kobe did have some help. Did he have super duper help other than Shaq and Powell? No, but he had some help though.
Yeah.
Kobe did have some help. He had Shaq, but he only played with 2 Hall of Famers. It was Shaq and Powell. That was it.
Yeah, that's it. And that's more impressive than the guy that got 8 of them.
Hey, look at Zach. He said, "Oh, you're slurping the Bulls." Here's what's crazy. He just said, "I love Zach. No disrespect."
Zach, I'm hitting you with facts. I mean, you just debate those.
Here's what's crazy. You just said, "Oh, Prince is downplaying his teammates," but then you say slurping the Bulls. Which is it?
Yep, exactly. You with these people, you just can never get a true answer out of some of these people sometimes.
No, Zach is a good guy. Zach knows his sports. I'm just trying to see what's going on. He just said you're downgrading his teammates, which I don't think you are. But then he's saying, "Oh, you're slurping the Bulls," which I don't think you are. We're being objective. Like, we gotta be objective here. Yes, we're being objective here. Here's my opinion. They needed each other. Can we say that? Jordan needed Pippen. Pippen needed Jordan. Rodman needed Pippen and Jordan. Jordan and Pippen needed Rodman. Can I say that?
Oh yeah, but yo T, I don't know, man. It could be just the case. They probably want your attention to something, T. You know, you the king of slang words, brother. You know, but what were you saying again, G Money?
I'm saying that the big three needed each other to win. That's what I'm saying. And AK, KD, listen, Kobe had help. I'm not denying that. He had help.
Yeah, you can't win a championship without help. But when it goes overboard,
he only had 2 Hall of Famers, a Shaq and Powell.
Why you think guys like Bill Russell get a little downplayed? You know, even though he got 11 championships, he played with too many great players.
Bob Cousy, John Havlicek, Frank Ramsey, Sam Jones, etc.
Exactly. You know, so you got to take, when it comes to this GOAT stuff, there's only really 2 measurements to go by, really: individual accomplishments and team success. And Mike did it in a more impressive fashion than a lot of other players. I mean, it's just simple. Even Magic Johnson had Kareem. True. No, Jordan didn't have no Kareem.
Zach thinks Derek Fisher's a Hall of Famer. Do you think so? I don't know about that. I don't know about Fisher being a Hall of Famer. He's not. He was a clutch shooter, but I don't think he was a Hall of Famer. Derek Fisher.
Oh no, he's a good role player. Come on,
he's a good player, but he's not a Hall of Famer. He's good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but how is Derek Fisher a Hall of Famer? He didn't even make an All-Star team. No disrespect.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Dwight Howard.
You could be a good role player and make the Hall of Fame, but still, that's questionable. I can't say he's like a real Hall of Famer though. No, he played a good role as being a role player.
Exactly. He was just a clutch shooter. That's what he was. He was a good role player. That's what he was. He's good, but let's not overhype Fish. All right, D. Fish was a role player that hit some big shots. That's all he did. All right. So, and
I mean, these are all basically on LeBron extremist fans. You know, they try to downplay Mike. They try to downplay Kobe because they want to prompt LeBron up.
Fisher's not going to the Hall of Fame, Zach. I promise you. No, he's not. As we're saying, Prince.
Yeah. All this came from the LeBron era. Nobody was saying Scottie Pippen like Kareem or on the same level with Magic. Come on now, y'all. You're just doing this to try to downgrade Mike, but it don't work. It just makes you look silly.
And also, Zach,
16 points a game. Scottie Pippen averaged 16 points for his career.
Good points,
y'all.
That's good points. But before we get back to the Bulls, look, I like Robert Horry. He did not make an All-Star team neither. He's not a Hall of Famer. Listen, I like Robert Horry. Yes, he hit clutch shots, but was he really a Hall of Famer? No.
Yeah.
He's good. I'm not downgrading Kobe's teammates. I'm not. But Robert Horry is not a Hall of Famer. Like, it's every clutch shooter Hall of Famer. Like, let's stop. Wow. Robert Horry is not a Hall of Famer. No.
Oh, yeah. You know, and when we talk about stuff, Mike had guys that hit the last minute shot. Mike wasn't in jeopardy of losing the series. If John Paxson don't hit that shot,
Game 7,
another game. LeBron didn't have no another game. If Ray Allen don't hit that shot, it's bye-bye for LeBron. If Kyrie don't hit that shot, it's most likely bye-bye for LeBron. All right? That's the difference.
And that's a good point. I look at both sides here. You made great points there, Prince. And yes. I'll be fair. I'm going to be fair to everybody. Yes, you got to give credit to the teammates hitting the shots because those were big-time shots. But let's look at Steve Kerr's shot. The game was tied. Yes, that was a big shot by Steve Kerr, and he drilled it. Congrats. Yeah. But the game was tied when he hit. So hypothetically, and the Bulls were up 3-2. So hypothetically, if he misses that shot, the worst is probably overtime. Who knows how different that game is? The Bulls still have another game 7. The Bulls and Suns, the John Paxson. That was a clutch shot by John Paxson. You got to give him credit. That was a championship-winning shot. But if he misses that shot, they still have a game 7, and who knows how different that game. Ray Allen was different. Okay, the Kyrie Irving shot it is 50-50 with me with Kyrie because the game was tied. But the Ray Allen shot, let's be honest, Ray Allen saved. You can argue. Some people could argue it's arguable LeBron's legacy. Okay, Ray Allen
stats don't mean nothing if that shot don't go in.
And the Heat were down 3-2 in that series. If they were up, that would be different. But they were down in that series.
Yeah.
They were because if he misses that shot, more than likely the Spurs win the championship. Tim Duncan would have been 6-0 in the finals.
Yeah.
And and things could be, and who knows, maybe the Miami Heat could have broken up earlier. Things could have happened, but my point in saying is this. Yes, Jordan's teammates helped Jordan. No argument.
That's part of sports basketball. That's part of team basketball.
True, but he had a lot of help. He had a good help, but at the same time, LeBron has played with arguably the most help in NBA history.
Yes, he's up there. LeBron has had luxury of switching teammates, putting whatever teammates he want on the team. Okay, a lot of guys can't even flex that power. Jordan, you think Jordan had that power over Jerry Krause? Jerry Krause was a tad bit of a racist.
Kind of is, man. Yeah.
He was never going to let a black man, I'm sorry for the saying this, but he wasn't going to let a black guy tell him what to do on the Bulls. If you think that's crazy.
I mean, politics also.
Check this out. It's the big moments, okay? Out of Chicago Bulls, Jordan owned damn near every big moment in Chicago Bulls history. The shot over Craig Elo, the shot over Byron Russell. LeBron James is probably going to go down as the best Cleveland Cavalier of all time.
Which he is, obviously.
Yes, which he is, but he doesn't. He don't own the biggest moment in Cavalier history. That goes
to it's Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving. I mean, LeBron had the block. I'll be fair.
He had the block, yes, but at the same time,
Kyrie hit the shot, and don't forget Kevin Love. And don't forget Kevin Love had to stop on Steph Curry. No one talks about that. So you gotta get, and don't forget J.R. Smith. When Iggy was going for the layup, J.R. Smith made Iggy adjust to change the layup, and then LeBron came for the block. So you got to give everyone credit.
Yeah.
You got to give everybody credit, though. But like you said, even though,
and if you just want to use that argument, the Bulls had a big three in the late 90s. Well, guess what? They won 3 championships. The first one from 91 to 93.
With the big two.
No big three. Okay.
With the big two, Jordan, Pippen, and Jordan.
Yeah. And guess what? Pippen wasn't an all-star in 1991.
Good point. And also, I mean, to be fair, we're trying to be objective because again, I don't want to. I don't.
It's not even about. I'm just stating facts.
No, I agree. I agree.
Even if he had a big three, guess what? He won 3 chips before that.
In the tough 90s. And do people understand how tough the 90s were? Like, look at the amount of good teams out there. The Knicks, the Magic, the Pacers, the Heat. In the West, you had the Lakers, the Jazz. You had the Sonics. You had great teams out there. Like, the Suns, Blazers, great teams out there, man. Like, the Bulls had to go through tough competition, man.
Yep.
The Bulls had to go through tough competition.
And the Eastern Conference was a complete different conference than it was when LeBron was ruling. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Thank you. LeBron was losing to Detroit Pistons, Boston Celtics, and when he was on top, they had some great teams in the Eastern Conference that won multiple 50-win games. Jordan beat more 50-win teams than LeBron James.
In a tough West.
And more 60-win teams. And he played less time. Don't you think LeBron should have won and beat more 60 teams? And he played much longer than Mike? Why is that?
My thing is saying when it comes to that, it's not even a debate. Because you want to know why? Like, Jordan never had a big three, bro. Rodman was never an all-star.
Yeah.
How many times he made the all-star?
That's not a big three. If Rodman's not an all-star, it's not a
big three. Second of all, LeBron played with how many top 5 players?
Kyrie, AD, Dwayne Wade. You can argue that. Well, I can't.
Kevin Love was the top 10, and Chris
Kevin
Bosh
Love top 10. Ray Allen, he got old, but he's gonna be. He was a former All-Star. Dwight Howard, he got old, but he was a former All-Star.
But the
Rondo, Yeah.
I mean, you feel me, bro? But the thing is, I'm trying to say, LeBron played with a lot of players in their prime that was very good, bro. Like,
I agree,
um,
100%. And he had shooters around him: Mike Miller,
like,
Shane Battier, Mario
Yeah,
but
Chalmers,
but the thing
yeah, he
is,
had whatever he want, basically.
J.R. Smith, Six Man of the
but
Year.
but like the thing is, Michael Jordan didn't really have none of that. Like Pippen was a what? Probably a top 10 player.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, he
Pippen,
was.
who's better, Clyde Drexler or Scottie Pippen?
Hmm.
Clyde Drexler was a franchise player. He led his team to the finals twice.
Twice,
You
and
can't do that.
Who better, Gary Payton or Scottie Pippen?
whew,
Ooh.
tough.
Gary.
I'm gonna go with Gary because he's a franchise player, man.
Hmm.
Scottie Pippen ain't a franchise player though, man.
Yep.
That's the
You
problem.
had fucking Patrick Ewing, bro.
Patrick
Oh,
Ewing.
Pat Ewing's a beast, man. He was a
Um,
Pat
beast.
Ewing was a beast. Yep.
It's just that we couldn't get past the Pacers and the Bulls at
I'll
times.
Yep.
say he was a top 10 player for the most
Oh, he was
part.
by far probably top five. Pat Ewing was probably a top five player at the time.
Like
Oh
I'm
yeah.
Don't
saying, like
and it's Reggie Miller.
Reggie
Pippen
Miller
was
was a beast. You see what he did to our Knicks.
yeah, I
Remember
know, but
those 8 seconds he stole the ball, hit 2 threes, then hit a 2?
No, he
Man,
hit free throws. He hit free throws after
yo,
that.
but
free throws. Yeah.
Pippen
Come on,
better
man.
than Miller though. Pippen is better than Miller.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
slightly. Yeah.
See, but the thing is, there's no comparison because Michael Jordan was really, really that guy, and it's like, listen, the only weakness he had in this game was the 3-point
Bro, it's
shot.
not about being biased. I'm just stating facts. I mean, he won. His first big three is not a. His first 3 championships ain't no big three. No, those guys are drafted to their team. They went through the hard knocks and they stayed on the same team. It's just like let's say if the Phoenix Suns win a championship, is that a super team? Those guys
No.
stayed on that. They're all developed and get good on their own. Scottie
Well,
Pippen was
are
drafted
you
to
talking about the Suns now?
the Suns now. Yeah,
They got
Well, yeah,
Chris
that's
Paul.
not a
That don't
success.
really count.
outside of Chris Paul,
I mean, but Chris Paul
that
don't
whole
count. He
team.
old.
Yeah,
Chris Paul old as shit. That don't really count,
yeah.
bro.
Even outside of that whole team was pretty much drafted, and those guys develop on their own. Devin Booker stuck through the hard times.
D Book, Aiton,
Yeah, yeah, all them boys just they developing
Bridges.
on their own. Yeah, and when they and on the biggest stage, Mike never had no doubt on the biggest stage. LeBron has had several big stage moments when he disappeared. 2018, game
After game
one.
one.
After game one, he disappeared in game one when they went into overtime. That game was.
Like,
Why couldn't you take that game over? You was putting pressure on them.
He was a
Take the game home.
good point there.
Why in 2010?
11.
2010. Look, 2010, they were favorites to go to the finals.
Oh, yeah.
The media said, "Oh, LeBron's the best player in the world. Him and Kobe had the puppets," and it was hyping that finals, right? LeBron James disappeared in Game 6. He disappeared in a lot of games in that.
And game 5.
And Game 5. And then the reason for that in the media was, "Oh, Delonte West was messing with his moms. That's the reason why he playing bad." Come on,
yo,
come on, man.
AOP, check this out. Now this is an interesting debate right here, right? I was saying people talking on the internet, like criticizing Kawhi for not forcing that 3-point shot.
Mm-hmm.
So mind you, he should have took the shot, but Marcus Morris should have passed him the ball back when he was open.
I agree with that. Kawhi was called for the ball.
But people were saying that like he don't got that Kobe Kobe skill, like gonna get the shot off.
But then LeBron passed the ball to George Hill.
Check this out, G. Hear me out, G, so you can know what I mean. People were saying that Kawhi don't have the Jordan type force up, get up a shot by any means. Don't get me wrong, he does have that in the mid range. But Kobe had that in the mid range in 3. He'll pump fake, do whatever. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But I think if Michael Jordan was in that same predicament as Kawhi, Michael Jordan wouldn't take that shot from 3 neither. Understand what I'm saying? Because Jordan can shoot the 3, but he got but like he's better at the mid range.
Good point.
But Kobe Bryant's a better 3-point shooter than Michael Jordan. Feel what I'm saying?
Oh, I agree with that.
So
And I want to
I'm
throw this
like,
out there.
no, come on, G, like check it. I'm like the greatest. I'm like, bro, the greatest player of all time wouldn't have forced that shot up like how y'all wanted Kawhi to. Kawhi gave the ball to Morris, and he's supposed to give it back.
I agree with that.
I seen Steph Curry do this hundreds of times. The greatest shooter of all time will give the ball up and get it right back. But the difference is the team will give him the ball back to shoot. Steph Curry wouldn't force up a shot like that sometime unless he got it. Like, you know what I mean? He wouldn't just directly force it. He would pass it and they would give him the ball right back. Right or wrong?
AK said Jordan ducked Hakeem Olajuwon.
Wait, what? No.
Man, you know how crazy you sound? Man, first of all, Mike been to the final 6 times. That's not his fault Kareem couldn't get there. He was waiting for the dude 6 times.
Yeah, bro. Like,
and I'm gonna be honest. Here's what I think, though. Let's say if Jordan didn't retire, I do think the Bulls would have won in '94. But hear me out.
I think they
believe the Rockets. They would have lost in '95. The Rockets would have won in '95.
Yeah,
the Rockets had a deep team in '95, not '94. Zach, the Bulls were beating the Rockets in '94. Be honest, the Bulls were going to beat them in '94. They didn't have Clyde at that time. '95, I would have given it to the Rockets.
Yeah, no. So you can't sit there and say if anybody, Hakeem had the chance, man. He had more than enough chances to see Michael Jordan in the finals. Mike was there.
Hakeem was a beast, though. Yeah.
Huh?
Hakeem was a beast, though.
Yeah, he was a beast, no question. One of the greatest centers of all time. You know, I got nothing but respect for him. You know, but at the same time, Mike was there waiting for him. You know, saying like Kobe was there waiting for LeBron for 3 years.
And that sadly never happened. And 23rd, that sadly never happened. And let's look at 2009.
And the media was favoring LeBron over Kobe. LeBron won those 2 MVPs. Everybody was ready to hand the league over to LeBron, and say he was going to beat Kobe in the finals. I remember this like it was yesterday because Chris Broussard and all these guys in the media was saying that LeBron James was going to win the championship. He's the best player in the world. He won MVPs, and look what happened. Kobe got there 3 times, won 2 out of 3, waiting for LeBron James. And LeBron had to go to Miami to finally get to the finals with a super team.
And I don't think Zach and AK understand what we're saying. We just said the Bulls would have lost in 95. 94, when the
Let me
Bulls
get some cocoa butter.
94, when the Rockets did not have Hakeem. Look, no disrespect.
Let me get one.
Houston, New York took New
Let me get some. No, it's not.
Bro, can you mute yourself, man? Can you mute, please?
No, you leave that cocoa butter here on the
Who's fast? You mute yourself? It's kind of distracting. Okay. What was I saying? All right. Yes, Hakeem is hard to stop. We know that. But here's what I'm saying. New York took Houston 7 games in 94.
Yeah.
You're telling me, and Pat Ewing was bad in that series. And John Starks was struggling. It was inconsistent the whole series. You're telling me, I'm talking about 94. You're telling me if the Bulls had Pippen, Grant, Jordan, they were not going to beat Houston that year. And remember, they didn't have they didn't have Clyde Drexler in 94. 95, I do think Houston would have won, in my opinion. 95, the Rockets were on a mission that year.
Oh, yeah.
So I do think the Rockets would have won that year, even if Jordan had played. He played, but the Bulls lost to the Magic. I get the Magic credit. But I do think if Jordan did not retire, he'll have at least one more championship. But 95, I'll go with the Rockets. 94, I got the Bulls.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think Michael Jordan be like 9-0, 8-0.
I don't know, man. Because trying to
his talent was on a whole different level, bro, than everybody else. Like when you watch LeBron, people say he's the best player in the NBA, but even when Kobe went down, you couldn't clearly see he was the best player in the NBA. You couldn't tell that, bro. You got to be convinced
by the media and this and that. Yo, he's the best. He's the best. Like, you got to be manipulated to thinking he's the best. Like, when Kobe was the best player in the fucking NBA, it was fucking no doubt about it. Kobe Bryant was the best player in the NBA, hands down, even when Tracy McGrady was playing and fucking Allen Iverson. Like, it was no doubt. You feel me, bro? Like, it was no doubt. All right, like Kobe Bryant is the best player. Tim Duncan and Shaq is the best big man. It was just, But like when LeBron, I don't know, bro. I didn't really, bro. I thought D Wade was better than him, to be honest. D Wade had a way better game than LeBron James.
Yeah, some of my friends used to tell me back in, I think this was 2009, because Wade was at
6, 5, 9, whatever, bro.
Yeah, there were some years that people thought Wade was better than LeBron.
He was, bro. Like, bro, Wade actually had skill. He can fucking shoot the ball. Yeah, bro. I remember watching Dwayne Wade highlights when I was in high school, when I used to play ball. Remember that shit he did on Andre Carolinko, that fucking step back and he made him fall?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that was one of my favorite highlights. Like, bro, like, this shit was crazy, bro. Like, and this back then when Stephon Marbury was playing in the NBA. And that nigga was a beast. Like, Stephon Marbury was crazy.
He was nice. He can.
The media hated him. That's why, bro, that's why he only made the All-Star team twice. Because the media hated him. His jumping ability was crazy, too. He was underrated as a...
And he was a good passer, too. Stephon Marbury was a good passer, too.
Bro, Stephon Marbury was...
Stephon Marbury, Kevin Garnett.
KG, the Marbury, KG, Wolves were fun.
Yeah, they were fun. And it's funny because they got a story. They said it was playing against Mike one time, and he was mouthing off the mic, right? Mm-hmm. And they said Mike gave him like a stare down and look, and then he like went off in the fourth quarter. And he won the game for the Bulls.
Oh no, I'm Isaiah Ryder. That's what I'm KG was like, yo man, you killing this nigga, kill him.
Yeah.
Like, this nigga Isaiah Ryder.
And he woke up a sleeping giant by accident.
Yeah. You know how many moments Jordan did that to people? He would yell at the opposite bench and tell.
I remember Jeff Van Gundy. I think it was back in '97. Jeff Van Gundy kept talking trash to MJ. MJ dropped a 51 burger on us.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes
Mike was savage, man. Mike really was a savage. And that dude was crazy, man. He was wild.
One thing I do hate when it be like the regular season and shit like that, and like when guys just be cruising through the regular season and people go, "Oh no, man! Like back in the day, Michael Jordan wouldn't have did this and this and that." But it was a lot of games where Michael Jordan took games off as well. You understand what I'm saying? It was a lot of games where he did that. But still, there's no denying that he wasn't the best player in the NBA still. But sometimes you're gonna take days off and games off. As long as you don't do it in the playoffs, really. In some playoff games, you're gonna have some bad games.
Oh, yeah, in the biggest moments. You can't do it in the biggest moments. You gotta at least show up in the biggest moments of the games. Even if you're losing, just leave a mark on the game, man. You can't win them all, but leave a mark on the game. You get feelings when you look at LeBron play sometimes. You be like, yo, something's wrong. Why do we have to question if he's mentally in the right place? He's a basketball player in a big game. Why are we even looking at it like that? Why are we even looking at, he quit? He waved the white flag. Why are we even saying these comments about LeBron? It's because his body language and the way he approaching the game sometimes make you think that.
I want to throw this out there. AKKD thinks you hate LeBron. I don't think you hate. I think you're objective when it comes to LeBron.
I don't hate LeBron. I'm just speaking facts on it. Look at we just saw it just now. Okay, the last game they played against the Phoenix Suns. Your role players did their part. They got the game down to 10. Okay,
LeBron being down 29.
Yeah. Okay, LeBron, do your part now. What did he do? He didn't do nothing.
He didn't take over. We gotta be honest. He didn't take over.
You wanna know what he did? He fucking got eliminated. Went home and started talking. Like he tried to take away. Listen, like he trying to take away from other players' greatness. When players is doing good in the playoffs, it's not even about him. He'll come out tweeting. blah 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 blah. Bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Nobody cares about which. Like nobody.
Here's a perfect example. Have you ever seen Mike and Kobe having a couple seconds argument with the referee to a point that the other team is on the halfway court already shooting the three? You know, LeBron being more competitive with the referees than the actual players.
Much. Not in the playoffs in the regular season, like I think Kobe do it.
Yeah, but on the big moment, don't you?
Not in the playoffs.
Like, yeah, but don't you think in a big game like the playoffs, you're not supposed to be arguing with the referees like that? Get back on D. Your guy's hitting a wide open shot. You're not even on the court.
Accuracy louder than words. That's when you know you lost. He throwing in the white flag like it's over already.
You know, like even when J.R. Smith had that, remember the 2018, J.R. Smith had that problem. LeBron sitting on the bench like about to cry. He putting the white, towel over his face. Go get back in the game and play. You know, you said you LeBron James. Go and do something, man. Go out there. Even if you can't, even if you don't win, just go out there and put your foot on their neck. We got an overtime. You mean to tell me I'm hot and we got overtime? I'm gonna cook these guys for another overtime. You know, that's what you should have been doing.
I just don't like that guy because he's not the best player at all.
No, he has too many breakdowns and too many moments that we can remember and pinpoint, and that we shouldn't have to.
Like, what makes him and Kevin Durant great? I don't know why they got rings with super team.
And here's the thing: I shouldn't even be saying that AD is playing like the alpha. Shouldn't that be LeBron? Why? I shouldn't even have to second guess that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, come on now.
Yeah.
The best player in the world. You guys say he's the best player in the world. He's this and that. Why is he not even proving that he's the best player on his own team?
He's not.
But Zach, Prince want to ask you, why didn't Jordan get the Wizards to the playoffs? That's what we want to ask you.
Jordan was 38 years old, bro. Right. Jordan was already done. And Jordan wasn't called the best player in basketball at age 38. The NBA belonged to Kobe and Shaq by then. That's the difference between being overhyped and overrated. Nobody said Jordan was the best player in basketball when he was playing on the Wizards. We just tuned in to watch some nostalgia old moments. That was it. You know, and the Wizards were a bad team. LeBron is not playing on a bad team.
I'll be fair. You made some good points, but the Wizards had some talent, though. Yeah.
Ask this question, yo. Ask him this.
I'm gonna answer this. The Wizards had Kwame Brown.
Rip Hamilton, though. He was good. Rip Hamilton, he was good.
Check this out, Pete. That dude that asked you the question, ask him this. Why LeBron couldn't get the Lakers to the playoffs in 2019?
Good point.
Yep, that's another thing because he basically gave up on the team then, and this is after he said playoff mode. Okay, keep in mind, you guys are still saying LeBron's the best player in basketball all during these times and years. You never said Mike was the best basketball player in the world when he played on the Wizards. That Wizards team was not a championship contending team. They weren't presumed to win a championship. The Lakers just won the championship last year. They were title favorites. Everybody and their grandma had or thought the Lakers was going to beat the Phoenix Suns. Me, everybody. We always call them fake number 2 seed. So stop with the hype, okay? Because you're going to get smoked every time. Don't think the Wizards was a championship contending team. They were not.
Salute, Zach. Salute everybody. You made some good points there. Here's what
you call LeBron the best player in basketball. I'm going to judge him by best player in basketball criteria. That's it. If you say he's not the best player in basketball no more, then I'm going to judge the other guy and judge him by best player standards. That's just how it goes.
And I agree. LeBron, I know he's old, but he didn't go out swinging. If you actually watch the game, don't look at the stats. Yes, his team had injuries. I get that, but he didn't go down swinging in Game 6 or even Game 5. I gotta be honest, he did not go down swinging.
And also, bro, when he started hitting all these threes when they were up. the Suns were up by 30 points already. Why couldn't you do that at the beginning of the game, bro?
That is a good point.
You
Game
got
5,
like,
the Suns were up 3, but they started hitting 3. But really, man, where was this beginning?
yeah, if
No,
you
he
got
just
like
a stat
6 or
pattern.
7 threes.
Who's this?
Oh, that's my
Hello?
What
man
it do?
T. Yo, T,
What it
what's
do,
up?
man?
Up, T.
It's my first time. What it do?
What did you do, man? Yo, long time, man. I've been waiting for you to get on, brother.
Oh
Salute,
man,
man.
I
How you
said I
doing?
was gonna jump on at the right time. I ain't trying to you know what I'm saying, wreck shop with the
It's all
folks who's
good, man.
already on. I just
Nah,
wanted to
you always welcome, brother. Sacktown's finest.
speak on this, man. I finally figured it out about LBJ and him crying to the refs.
Right.
I made a comment. I was like, "Hey, you should do a video on how overrated and overhyped his $1 million commitment to his conditioning is, because what he was doing is taking needed rest periods.
Mm.
That's why he be doing that so much. His
All that
conditioning ain't straight, bro. His conditioning ain't straight. It's overhyped. You always hear Van Gundy and all the media and all them little sideline bitches giving him a gang of props for his conditioning plus his commitment, but his conditioning ain't straight, bro.
I think he on steroid.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I can't accuse somebody of doing that, but you know, hey,
But I can only go on what I see.
Yeah.
And the thing is what do you do? Like, say you playing street ball,
yeah,
or in the Y. That's the same shit you be doing. It's just there ain't no refs out there. You just on the other end taking your refs.
Yeah, that's right. You know, but yo, T, what you think about this? LeBron? Is LeBron the best player in basketball to you?
Right now, no.
Hell no.
No.
KD went healthy all day.
Who you think the second best player is?
Kawhi.
Second best? Wow. I can't even call that.
You got.
I would have to say, yeah, that's a good look. I would have to say Kawhi.
KD better than Kawhi.
I think he is.
Slightly, yes. Slightly.
I mean, but my thing is saying, like, why you guys honestly think that? I mean, check this out. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. If KD didn't join the Warriors, you think he'd have a ring right now?
No.
I mean, we can do what ifs, but we will never get to know.
I mean, bro. The proof is in the pudding.
All I know is what I've seen him do on the final stage.
If I had to be a betting man, I say no. But at the same time, we don't know what the Thunder would have done. They could have built it right.
Couldn't. I mean, bro, like we seen the proof. Like he could get it done with the Thunder. He blew the 3-1 lead.
I ain't made he choked.
He could have get it done after year. He was going to get it done. But put Kawhi Leonard on that team without KD, I think they would have got it done with Westbrook. And Andre Roberson, that defense, and Serge Ibaka in his prime, I damn sure know they would have got that shit done.
Okay, but if we're going by that logic, if you put KD on the Raptors in 2019, you don't think they could have won a title?
I don't know. I don't know. Can KD handle that? I doubt it. I don't think KD built for the moments, bro. He's just another LeBron. Like,
I won't go that far. Relax, man.
He was built for the moment when he won Finals MVP.
Bro, it's easy to win when the deck is stacked.
What do you mean easy to win? What do you mean easy? Dude, the Rockets took them 7 games. What are you talking about?
That's still, bro. Come on, bro. They're going to beat
the
Rockets.
So the Rockets didn't have a shot to win? That's what you're telling me? They took them 7 games and Chris Paul went down with an injury.
Bro, that's neither here. I bet. Check this out. Wait. It did. Wait. Time out. It did. But the last time they played the Rockets, Clay and Steph beat the Rockets by themselves.
That doesn't matter. I'm talking about 2018. 2018 when the Rockets were a deeper team.
Check this out. I understand all that, but KD only got his rings with super teams, bro.
Okay. So you're saying that you don't respect KD, right?
I mean, LeBron is the same shit. I said KD, LeBron is the same thing. They only got rings with super teams.
To be fair with LeBron, the Lakers were not a super team last year. Let's be honest.
I mean, but he had a top
the
five
Lakers
player
was
in
not
the
super team
NBA.
last year.
I mean, but he had a top 5 talent in the NBA.
I agree with that.
Give Kawhi Leonard a top 5 player in the NBA and see how that works. See how that works out.
Facts.
Yo.
Who facts? By your logic, all right, check game on this. You put KD on that Clippers team that didn't reach their potential last year.
They would have won the title.
They would have reached their potential.
I'm gonna judge by this year.
Paul
Last
George
year,
and everybody else. Lou
and
Will.
Also put
everybody.
KD on the Spurs. If you put KD, replace Kawhi on the Spurs, you don't think the Spurs would have won in 2014 if you put KD on that team? With Popovich, you have Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Mike Ginobili, Danny Green. You don't think KD on the Spurs, they would have won a title?
I mean, probably, but would he be able to slow down LeBron James? No. Kawhi Leonard stopped LeBron James while guarded by Kawhi.
That's a good point. Kawhi did stop LeBron. I'll give him that.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, KD has not yet shown us he can win when it's even for him. He's shown us he can win when everything is in his favor, of course.
So you're saying the Nets win it all this year?
Same thing with the
championship? That's what you're telling me?
If James Harden played.
All right, what was if he doesn't play? Or he's not 100%, then what?
If James Harden doesn't play, all right, cool. Like, I give him his ring. But if James Harden play, of course they're supposed to fucking win, bro. They still stacking.
Okay, but what happens if he's not 100%? You do understand Harden has a hamstring, right?
I don't listen. You got Harden. He's still Harden at not 100% is still better than every other player in the Eastern Conference besides Kevin Durant. So, like, what are we talking about here?
No, okay, so you're telling me that if the Nets win the championship, it will be an easy ring. That's what you're telling me. Even though we don't know. Even though let's put a what if, right? Let's say they beat Milwaukee, which I think they will. You got Philadelphia. That's not going to be a 5-game series. That's going 6 or 7 games. Bro, that's going 6 or 7 games because Philadelphia has a lot of depth and defense. And then if you play a team like listen, if you play a team like Utah can stretch the floor from downtown and they're very good defensively. If you play a team like Phoenix, they can run a gun. If you play a team like the LA Clippers, they have great defense and they can shoot the three. So, no, I do think the Nets will win the title, but they're not going to sweep everybody to the chip.
Yo, check this out, man.
The Nets are playing a lot better defense, though, man.
Good point.
If the Nets hold folks under 110, they're going to win.
Yo, check this out, bro. Like, do you play 2K, T? You play 2K, right?
I don't play video games like that. I don't play video games.
You talking to me?
Yeah. You play 2K?
Man, you ain't gonna believe it, but I still fuck with the old school 2010 Live, and I just got my franchise mode.
All right, check this out. Live 2K, same shit. You know when you go to the rosters, right?
Yeah.
If you got 3-4 motherfuckers and they ratings that's 90 and up onto 2K, you got 3 of them motherfuckers on your team. It's a wrap, right?
But let's do the next.
Hey, the thing is,
Brooklyn's gonna
I be beating those teams though.
No, listen, I got Brooklyn winning the championship. This won't be easy
because I traded all my folks, and I drafted like the first, the second, the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh pick, and them fools got like 62s and shit, but they raw, and I be fucking them up.
Nah, no, but that's the video game. But imagine.
So wait. What I'm hearing is this: if Durant wins, okay, here's what I'm hearing. So you're telling me if Harden comes back, no matter if he's 100% or not, and the Nets win the championship, KD's ring does not count. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, bro. Listen, I used to play basketball, bro. I was a competitor, and as a basketball player, bro, we don't respect bullshit like that. That's
every ring counts no matter circumstance, man.
Hey, hold up, because I've been waiting to speak up on this hoop facts. You tell me you never ran across on the streets a squad that was made up of like, damn, that nigga goes to that school and he's the best player, and that motherfucker goes to that school, he's the best player there. Damn, that motherfucker is loaded. and they ran shot the whole time. Didn't nobody say no shit like.
Watch this. Check this out, bro.
Look, I've done that shit. I love running the court. It's all about running the court, man.
Listen.
It's all about running the court.
Well, listen,
so
man. Like,
you're saying that Durant's ring would not count
check
if
this out,
he
bro.
has
Like
when
we go and play and ball out, I never picked the best player to be on my team.
I didn't do that either when I was against them. But the thing is, I roll with cats who was dope because losing ain't in. No. Why do you want to lose? Like the thing is it's all about winning at the end of the day.
Bro, like check this out. We not saying
Katie has flaws. Durant has a lot of flaws.
What's Alabama doing in football?
Check this
They
out.
had like what 8 first-round picks? Come on, man. Tell me that ain't a loaded squad.
I mean, and I want to throw this out there. One more point. This is never going to happen. But if Damian Lillard just went to the Clippers and Kawhi wins, so does Kawhi ring count if that were to happen? If Dame joins the Clippers, does his ring count? So that would be a super team.
I mean, I wouldn't want that to happen because that's too easy, bro.
What do you mean easy? Like no ring is easy. No ring is easy.
No ring is easy.
Watch this, bro. Check this out. All that is bullshit, bro. If we're gonna judge people by the Michael Jordan standard, they gotta win by the Michael Jordan.
Man, not everybody's Mike, bro. And we know that.
I'm not saying to be Mike. I'm saying to follow the blueprint.
Listen, I don't like super teams, but at the same time, you still got to perform on the court. And like I said, not every super team is just going to just walk on water. You still got to have chemistry, and you need some sort of luck sometimes.
G Money and Hoop Facts. Do y'all watch college basketball?
No, I don't watch it.
I watch. Right. I do watch some, but a lot more NBA.
All right, let me break this down. In whatever year, Zion, RJ Barrett, and Cam Reddish.
They had the best players everywhere.
They were the number 1, 2, and 3 recruits in the nation.
Yeah.
and lost.
And Duke got them all. Come on, man! Like
you see, it's chemistry.
Like, is like happening all the time.
It's chemistry.
Bro.
Every year.
Example, look at the Lakers
with super teams every year.
Example, look at the Lakers with Kobe, Dwight Howard, Steve Nash. They were supposed to play the Miami Heat that year. How'd that turn out? They lost in the first round. Yeah, they had injuries, but when the team were healthy, they still struggled. I mean, you can argue the big three OKC Thunder with Russ and Paul George and Melo. They were arguably a super team. How'd that turn out? Lost in the first round to a rookie. Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz, who no one had making the playoffs, man. It's easy to say, Hall of Fame. It's not just that, it's chemistry.
Come out, bro. The OKC team was not a super team.
Bro, they were. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Paul George, Hall of Famer. Melo, Hall of Famer.
Carmelo was in the All-Star, bro.
But Melo's going to be in the Hall of Fame, right?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. Is it going to be in the Hall of Fame?
At that time, when he was on OKC, he was not a top NBA player. He was not an all-star.
But is he going to be was he a top 10 small? Was he a top 10 small forward at the time, or 15 at least?
Bro, that doesn't even matter if he ain't make.
It does matter. I'm asking you a question.
Oh my god!
That
was you don't know what
you're
talking about, bro. You're acting said the Brooklyn Nets are this unbeatable super team that's gonna go 82 and you're acting said they're not unbeatable, man. No team is unbeatable. Okay, no team's unbeatable. You still gotta play the games. You still gotta execute.
Bro, at the end of the day,
let's just see how this team looks. I do think they'll win, but you never know. I think they'll win the chip, but you never know. Durant could have a bad series. Kyrie could have a bad series. Harden could struggle. You never know.
Bad series too.
At the end of the day, Kevin Durant went and did that sucker ass shit.
All right, has the Nets won a championship yet? So let's see what the Nets do before we cry wolf.
Man.
He did that sucker ass shit. Like, this is why he left Golden State, to go prove, all right, he can do it on his own. Then recruited Kyrie. He was good with that team. Then went and added James Harden. That shit is just crazy.
Okay, so do you expect the Nets to sweep everybody? That's what you're telling me? Who's
Bro,
fast?
I'm
The Nets are
not.
gonna sweep everybody?
Bro, I'm expecting them to fucking win. I don't care how they do it. This and that, and they supposed to win, bro.
I think they'll win, but let's see how they look. You never know. A team could get hot,
Oh,
an
bro.
injury could happen, a missed shot can happen. Let's see what they look like before we
At
cry
the end
wolf.
of the day, if James Harden is playing and then they win, I don't count that as a win.
All right, man. All
Oh
right, man.
Lord.
You know what? The record books will.
The record, but no matter, I agree, man. And who's to say that? I do think they'll win it, but you never know. Maybe Harden may not be 100%. Maybe their defense could turn bad in the finals. You never know.
Yo,
Like,
You
look
P.
at
never,
the
you,
Detroit, like
Yo,
Miami
P.
Heat.
Where
never
you
know.
at?
Like you never know that KD might get injured.
Yo,
Or
P.
even
Where
might get
you at?
cold in a series. You never know. A team they may get cold in that series. You never know.
Where P at?
I'm right here.
Yo,
Okay.
P,
Yo.
are the Nets unbeatable? I don't think they are. No
So,
team's
P,
unbeatable
can you
to me.
please
What do you think,
explain
P?
about
No,
this
okay,
whole super
the Nets
team shit?
aren't. Yeah, the Nets aren't unbeatable,
Thank
but
you.
what
I don't.
Bro,
what
I
they
listen, listen,
concur.
is a
listen.
very hard team to beat with that much
I
talent.
concur.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
I know they're gonna be hard to beat.
Bro, can you please explain? Yo, bro, like I'm arguing about this whole super team shit and how KD Ring shouldn't even count because he did it with a super team and this and that. I'm like, bro, that whole super team in the NBA shit is whack, bro. That's not competitive. That's what's fucking up the NBA.
Yeah. Man,
I think every
we're
ring
talking
counts.
about modern day super team formats, right? Got
Yeah.
players recruiting other players. Not guys getting drafted to teams.
Okay, I want to ask you: were the Boston Celtics under Larry Bird a super team? Because if you're going by that logic, Larry Bird's
Yeah.
ring cannot count,
No,
right?
no. Oh, wait. You asking me or who facts?
Who's facts? Who's
Oh,
facts?
right.
Because who's facts is saying if you're on a super team, your ring doesn't count. Okay, so if we're going by that logic, does Larry Bird's ring count? Because he was on a super team in Boston,
Hey, Lakers had a gang of super teams, and I'm
and the
counting
Lakers had
all
a
of our
super team
17
with
championships.
They did. Oh yeah, they did,
Magic
especially
Johnson,
in
Kareem
04.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Wait,
So if
but wasn't wait, talking about wasn't Magic drafted there?
but that doesn't matter. They were still a super team. It doesn't matter who's drafted in. It was still a super team
Magic,
because
yo, bro, he was drafted there. You can't count that, bro.
I can count that because you just
Oh,
said Durant's ring would not matter because the Nets are a super team. That's your words, not mine. So if we're going by that logic,
oh
does
my
Larry
god,
Bird's ring count and Magic Johnson?
Magic Johnson ring
I'm
count,
order that
bro.
film now.
It makes here's the craziness.
Hold on, I'll be back.
Durant,
I'm gonna let you.
Durant's rings don't count because he's on a super team, but Magic was on a super team, but his ring counts.
Magic
You
got
can't make this
drafted
shit up,
there.
man.
Magic got drafted there. They built that team.
It doesn't matter.
The
He
only
was on a
nigga
super
outsider
team.
was Kareem, bro.
It doesn't matter if he was drafted.
They
You
developed
just
that.
said,
Just
you
like the
just
fucking San
said
Antonio Spurs. They earned their shit. Every player was
the Spurs
drafted
were
there.
never a super team. Bro, the Spurs were not a super team.
Yeah, the Spurs was
Ginobili,
never
Tim
super team.
Duncan.
They were
What the
not a
fuck you
super
talking?
team. San Antonio was not. Come on.
They do have 3 Hall of Famers.
Yeah, but if you use eye test, they were not a super team. Be honest. Use eye test. They had one superstar. That was Tim Duncan. That was it.
Hold on. You gonna just discredit Tony Parker's
No,
final
Parker
MVP?
is good. No, Tony Parker is good, but he's not a superstar. Let's be honest.
He was
Because
top.
if
What
we're going
about
by
Manu
Finals
We're talking that
MVPs,
out in France, man.
it doesn't matter. If we're going by Finals MVPs, is Iggy a superstar because he has a Finals MVP?
He's a superstar based on what the hell he was doing his whole career.
Andre Iguodala's not a superstar. Come on, man.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about Parker.
Oh, okay.
My point I'm saying, Tony Parker was good, but in my opinion, he was not
Tony
a superstar.
Parker was a superstar at one point.
No, he was not, man. He was not. He was just a
He
good
carried
player.
Spurs from last year, bro.
That was 1 year in 07. What are you talking about?
No, bro. He carried the Spurs from like 2010 to like 2014.
Shit. I remember when he carried
that
him
means
against
you're
my
a superstar
Lakers
now?
as a rookie. I was like, who the hell is this dude?
He was the top 3 best point guard in the NBA. He was the top 3 best point guard in the league.
Lakers fan, that's why.
Hey, no disrespect to any of the teams that y'all like, but I believe that folks that's against super teams root for teams that historically ain't had them.
No, that's not that, bro. That just killed the competition, bro.
That's not always true. Not every super team kills competition. That's not always
Nope.
true.
Nope.
That's
Because
not.
the whole thing is, hey man, I ain't heard nobody talk about Philly when they got Tobias and
That's
fucking
not
Jimmy
a super
Butler.
team. No. That's not a
Man,
super team.
they had Ben Simmons.
Doesn't
Embiid.
matter. They were not a
Tobias
super
Harris
team.
would have been an all-star had he been in the Eastern Conference that whole year. And freaking Jimmy Butler, man.
I
Come
cannot
on,
call
man.
that.
All 4 all-stars? Come on.
But they had no superstars at the time. I cannot call them a super team. They were just a good team. If you can't just go up by all stars, example, the 2015 Hawks, right? They had all stars.
That's an aberration. That was just like a team accomplishment deal, man.
So you're saying Philly was a super team? That's what you're telling me?
In my opinion, I ain't gonna I don't go by the consensus. I just go by on the talent. They underachieved like a motherfucker. They had 4 ballers, hella long, all can defend when committed, and I think that's basically
you want to know what happened?
Jimmy Butler was basically
you want to know what happened?
on.
You had the ultimate giant slayer, Kawhi Leonard. The giant killer, as always. That's what happened. He break up super teams, that's all.
It's all good, man. Look, Kawhi ain't no joke. I like to see him make it to the finals because in the playoffs, especially in the finals, Kawhi, he gets locked in, and
I agree with
there
that.
ain't no other way for him to go than hard and to just ball out completely, and you get to see his full talents on display. Defensively, offensively, leadership, intangibles, you name it.
I hear you, man. And speaking of the NBA Finals, who do you think is going to get there, in your opinion? I think it's going to be the Jazz and the Nets. You?
Man,
I
see the Nets as a
Phoenix.
lock. I see the Nets as a lock. I gotta continue watching and see if and see how things go with Chris Paul. Because if Chris Paul, I mean,
Gets
he looks
healthy.
great right now,
No,
but
I
that
got
team
the
goes
Jazz.
with Chris Paul.
No,
But
I think
the Suns is looking real good.
that's true. Me, I got Utah and Brooklyn. I don't trust the Clippers. I don't care what people say. Denver looks too banged up. I'm sorry, the Nuggets do not have enough firepower to go far. So, to
They need
me,
Jamal Murray. That's why.
they need Jamal Murray,
Yeah,
and Michael Porter's been horrible in the series. The Nuggets are done. We all can agree Denver is not going to beat Phoenix. We all can agree on that.
Yeah,
But
they might
got their
get
heart snatched out tonight.
one game off of them.
you meant last night. You meant last night. It's at the minute. You meant last night.
Me?
No, I'm saying that the game was
Man, I'm
last
telling you,
night because it's
man.
at the midnight. It's the next day. But my point I'm saying is that Denver does not have enough to beat Phoenix. So, to me,
Yeah, don't them.
they don't. To me, my finals is the Nets and the Jazz. I will not sleep on the Suns. The Suns have a shot, depending how you get. The Suns are pretty deep. To me, I got the Jazz and the
Yeah, don't
Nets.
sleep on Phoenix.
I don't trust the Clippers. I don't trust that team. And Denver is too banged up for me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, can somebody explain to me why they ain't giving JaVale McGee no run at all?
Because Mike
Especially
Malone's a
when,
dumbass and doesn't know how
man,
to make plays sometimes.
I mean,
Just like Frank Vogel.
Jokic can't run with DeAndre Ayton up and down the court because that's what they're trying to do is run him and gas him out.
Which is crazy because Jokic is a beast, but he's a slow player. He's not those fast-paced players. And another thing that's killing Denver, they kept jacking open threes instead of just attacking the rack.
Damn right. I heard you say that earlier, especially about Michael Porter, and you had a great point. His mid-range game is on point. He needs to focus on the mid-range game.
He took
get hot from
9
there
threes.
and then
Seriously?
expand out. I agree.
Took 9. I know Michael Porter could hit the 3, but dude, utilize the mid-range game at the elbow or at the top of the key, or even get to the bucket. Don't just settle for threes, man.
Porter. Join. He's starting to remind me of Kuzma. When he
Michael
started
Porter
I hear you on that.
I think Michael Porter is better than Kuzma, but I'm just saying is that.
Kuzma.
But Michael Porter, he's a good player, but he's very streaky sometimes. So,
hey, G Money, You know how Jamal Murray and Jokic used to work that 2-man game, and
They did.
Jamal,
The pick and roll, the pick and pop. Yeah.
They should be doing that with Porter and freaking Jokic. Porter could get so many backdoor cuts and just like 20 points off of goddamn simple basketball.
And again, Bistro, I don't want to hear the excuses. Michael Porter was just fine in game 1, and he was bad. You can't use injury excuses, man. Because injuries are part of the game. I know he's hurt, but if you're hurt, sit out. As long as you're playing, you're healthy.
Yep, true that.
So
ain't nobody 100% at this time of the year.
Exactly. So I don't want to hear, oh, he's injured. It doesn't matter. Like you just said, man, no one's 100%.
All right. So what's y'all next year's NBA Finals prediction for next year?
Oh, come on, man! I ain't got that.
I don't know. Let's wait till off season. I don't know.
Let me see the rosters, bro.
Yeah, let me see how the free agency play out in the summer.
Exactly.
I think Chris Paul might come back to Phoenix.
It's possible, but I cannot think about next year because again, I don't know what teams are going to do what. Like that's why I cannot think about the finals next. Let me think about the finals this year. I mean, my finals prediction, I think it's going to be the Jazz and the Nets. Because again, I know many people have the Clippers, but I don't trust that team for many reasons. And the Nuggets, they're not going to do it. They don't have enough firepower. So to me, it comes between the Jazz and the Suns. But I think Utah. I think this is their year to finally get back to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1998. So that's just my guess.
They could have had one. They could have had one too. It was for MJ.
They should have won 98. If it was, I agree with that. They should have won in 98.
Yeah, they should have won on 98. It was for the Michael Jordan push off.
That's true.
Man, that was one of the dopest street ball moves I've ever seen utilized in the NBA. The best one was when Russell Westbrook bounced the ball off old dude a few years ago, and then he went in and dunked it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Y'all remember when Westbrook did that shit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In OKC?
Oh yeah.
That shit was clean.
But yeah, man. Yo, we about to be out of here, man. Appreciate y'all brothers for coming through, man. We had some good talk, talking about super teams and whatnot, but
let's see Brooklyn.
I think what Hoop Facts was trying to get at was, this is why we don't respect super teams of today, is because they're getting together when they're already established and they're all coming together to play on one same team. It's different. It's different than drafting a player. When you draft a player, he could be a bust, he could be Kwame Brown, or he could be LeBron or Kobe. You don't know. Or MJ. You don't know. You just develop your plays. You go do your hard knocks. And we as people, we like guys going through the struggle, and they come up from the ground up, and and they earn it. So that's a little difference in the respect value, But nevertheless, man, I appreciate you, brother. Sacktown finest. Yo, T, it was a pleasure to have you up here, man.
Hey,
for the first
P,
time.
What's up, son?
I'm gonna definitely come back on the live stream. But hey, look at all these pay-per-views I got on deck.
Ooh wee! Yo, I'm telling you, if y'all don't know by now, T was my hookup man when it come to the Mayweather and what's this dude name? Logan Paul fight. He was my hookup. So if y'all wanna get at T,
y'all see this shit?
Holla at him, man. He's a man.
Y'all see that?
Yeah, we see it. You know what I'm saying?
T been here since James.
Yeah, man. T been here since day one, man. That's my brother. So shout out to T, shout out G Money, Hoop Facts, Tay Davis, man. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Y'all always keep it real. We all have different opinions, but that's what sports is all about.
How many channels are y'all brothers working with?
900. I was kidding. 900.
I'm like 1,000 for me.
Definitely not that. Oh, man.
Hey, hold on. I ain't done yet. That's just page 8.
Damn.
Wow.
But yo, tomorrow we got Bucks and Heat.
Today,
Not Bucks and Nets. Who y'all got? Real quick before we.
I got Brook win that game.
I got the Bucks. I think this time
Giannis can now hold Kevin Durant.
Okay, y'all, we got two people for the Bucks. Yo, T, who you got tomorrow?
The Nets all day.
At the minute today.
I got the Nets. And,
they didn't snatch out
tomorrow.
Today.
They didn't snatch that heart out.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm agreeing with the Nets too, man. I think the Nets win tomorrow.
Yeah, because Giannis can now hold KD and stop him.
Yeah, man. I give Giannis props for going out there guarding.
Yeah, he's going.
He getting cooked though, man. That crossover. KD hit him with a couple crossovers.
Multiple.
Kyrie Irving hit him with a crossover, but he taking it like a man.
And for Jazz Clippers game 2, who you got today?
I got Jazz.
Clippers, man. I picked the Clippers.
The Clippers are gonna pull that one out.
Yeah. So
they're gonna get at least one at home, and I think it's tomorrow.
Today.
That's
yeah. Well, I'm over here on the left coast, man. But yeah, tomorrow some of it.
What time? Where do you live, man?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm from Sacktown.
Oh, Sacramento. So what time is it there?
It's 10:29.
Oh, never mind. It's a 3-hour.
You're right the same time with me. We both California guys.
Yeah, I'm from California. I'm from California too, but I live in Vegas.
Oh, I get it now. Well, I'm from Brooklyn, but I'm going to Ghana come Sunday. Ghana's a 4-hour time zone, meaning that right now it's 1:29, so that means in Ghana's 5:29 a.m. So yeah.
Where are you going? Like Ghana in Africa?
Yes.
Oh snap! That's at least a damn 20-hour flight, right?
It's a double flight. I gotta go from New York to Washington for 1 hour. Then I go from Washington to Africa 10 hours.
What you got, folks out there?
Yeah, some folks, vacation time. Yeah.
I ain't mad at that at all, man. I ain't never been to the motherland, but I didn't definitely tap some of that motherland. Oh, never mind.
But yo, I be in the Philippines too, man. Especially this year. The Philippines is like, what is it? Man? Like 22-hour difference?
Let me check.
And I was asking Hannah what it is, but she's from the Philippines. She know. She's like 22-hour difference, right? Oh, she said, it's 13-hour difference. But yeah, that's still a long time. It's the next day all the time in the Philippines.
Yeah, right now it will be 1:30 p.m. right now in the Philippines. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's it's just a different world out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So yo, shout out to y'all brothers, man. We out.
Yes, sir. Peace.
All right, peace, y'all.
It's been real.
All right, you know it, brother. One.
You stay up. Y'all be good if you ain't being bad now.
You know it, T. You know it. Word.
Yeah, man. Stay up to stay down.
Yeah, man. You know it, son. You know.
Told, so.
Yep. But yo, who's this? AK in the chat? Now I don't know about vaccines, AK. I didn't get my vaccine yet. But if I have to get a vaccine to go to the Philippines, I don't know. I still don't want to get vaccinated. Now I can't talk about too much vaccinated on YouTube because they block it. They take down your live stream and your channel when you talk negative about vaccines.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I have another channel and I made a vaccine video. They take
well, just say that you're gonna make sure that you leave the crib freshly sprayed with your shake hater, and your sucker repellent.
Yeah. Yeah, you know it, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Yeah, man. Don't leave the crib without it. Better to be caught with than without, man.
I hear you, man. But yo, we out, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
You too, man. It's been real.
All right.